Crack the bottle.
Okay. It's not a. It is a twist off, but it was sold out. Like when I went to, it was. California has great wine, right?
Yeah, it does.
You can get good wines from like.
Is that enough?
For me or you?
Oh, well, I guess I'll take this one. It's not. It's not enough. It's for me.
It's not enough for me. I would have been okay with that much. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. Ding.
Are you drinking again?
I don't know. I just like drinking.
Chardonnay.
Just so I don't drink alone. It's just an excuse. I don't know. So the name
favorite is Prosecco. Sorry,
Prosecco.
Just have to let everybody know. My favorite is Prosecco.
Is that a white wine?
It's yes, it's a white wine, but it's very much. It's like actually, it's a sparkling white. I think.
Yeah.
That's how they call it.
So how I rate wines?
Pretty good.
I usually go by like taste and like how crispy it is because like I'm really allergic to red wine, so I can only have white wine.
What happens to you?
And the one I'm drinking is called Melt. It's a Chardonnay.
Ooh, cute.
Yeah. I'm almost done the bottle. like I didn't.
We didn't even start yet.
I know we didn't even start. Oh god. That's the thing about this pandemic. It's like sort of being a wine taster. It's like, oh, curious what this tastes like and stuff. So a lot of new things you wanna.
This is pretty good though. It's actually pretty smooth.
It's yummy.
Yeah, considering I won't say how much I paid for it. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess for starters, you guys can introduce yourself, and what I'm curious is your name. How did you pick that out? It's pretty unique and interesting to me.
Oh, thank you. So, for the name, I was trying to think of a like alias for a schminute for social media, and one day, do you know Georgie Tar?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
She posted about like what she wants her babies' names to be, and like they were like weird names, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm inspired." And so there I was like racking my brain, and so Anri is actually the name of Yolandi from The Antwoord. Familiar with The Antwoord? So Anri is Yolandi's government name, and Anri means like beauty or grace, and she's South African. And then Aeterna is like Latin for eternal, and so I feel like every day I am working more towards being like graceful being.
How's that going?
So it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's
yeah.
okay.
I mean, I've made progress over the years.
I'm getting there.
Yeah. And so like I was kind of at a struggle of like I don't know if as an artist I wanted to keep my name because like my real name is like pretty cool, like Joelle Tesari, like it's pretty unique.
I know your middle name.
You?
Simone.
That's my first name. My first name is Joelle Simone. My middle name is Anri.
Wait, you have 4 names?
Yeah.
Wait, what is it?
So my name is Joelle Simone Inario. My mom's maiden name.
Inario.
Tesari.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Sorry.
I know your social security. I know your social security number too.
Do you? Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah. We're on the internet.
It is, by the way.
But yeah,
no,
so,
we used to work together. Yeah. That's why.
I've been getting a lot of like positive feedback about my name. Like everybody's like, "Ooh, that's so cool! Like your genius brain. Like how do you even come up with that?" So I just ran with it, and I'm like, "Okay, this is mine now." And yeah.
Awesome. So what made you want to stream on this platform that we call Twitch?
Originally, I had been wanting to stream to DJ because with quarantine and everything, I got super obsessed with Hana's channel, Hana Wins. and she was just DJing her little heart out, and I was like, damn, I want to be just like her. So I was like, I want to be a Twitch DJ. Then Ryan came, and we were working together, and then we got let go.
Oh,
Together at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time. And so once we got let go from our jobs, we were like, okay, what do we do now? And Ryan is kind of the one who was like, let's do something creative. And we had this
Yeah, I don't know
cute.
why I said
What do you mean you don't know why you
that.
said that?
I don't like really like everything. The way that we got to this point is
Mhm.
really blurry to me.
Really?
I don't remember how we ended up doing all this.
So what had happened was, since you don't remember, I'll refresh your memory.
Yeah. What happened?
So what had happened was is that I had written an article about Ariana Grande's last
I
album,
remember that now.
Positions, and we had also just gotten a piano for our courtyard, and Ryan was encouraging me to like do something fun, and he was giving me little like music lessons here and there out at the piano. And he's like, well, let's do something. And I was like, oh, how about I do a dramatic reading of my article that I just wrote?
Oh yeah.
I remember those streams. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, so we did that, and I just was having fun with it. And Ryan was like, you could like really do something with this. Oh yeah, JoJo, you were watching.
Yeah, it
and I was
was.
just like,
You were
I love my
there.
voice. I was like, I just have like such a good voice. Like I should
know.
use it. um But yeah, so then I sat down with Ryan after we did all of that. We're like, oh, what can we do together to, have fun,
Okay,
stay
now I
creative?
remember. Yeah.
And we just went full send with the stream, and now I'm a streamer.
I think
That's
what
awesome.
it was. Yeah, I think what it was. Now that you mention, it, I remember now. It was because like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, when I was like, you wrote that article, right, about Ariana Grande, and I read it. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. But it'll be hilarious if we played the piano and you're reading it in a dramatic way. And I was like half joking, but then she was like, yeah, let's do it.
Hell
and I'm
yeah.
like, oh, okay, yeah. Right. And then I think it just kind of took off from there. I think about it. It's like, this is rare to find people who are willing to do, weird things, right? Like, so
I strictly like to do weird things only.
I see.
I'm kind of the same way. Yeah. Like if it's been done before, let's not do it. So.
I would say one of the best things are created out of the whim of chaos.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I
Yeah.
agree.
That's what's happening now.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Like me just doing this Twitch DJing and podcasting thing. And really, I think I started this when just to like keep up with my friends and see how they're doing, but like put it on the record kind of thing. So just like getting to know people and exploring their creativity.
You inspired me too, JoJo, with your DJing.
Oh, awesome.
I was like, damn, I want to do that. I do want to make an effort for in the future to do more DJ streams and like with the green screen and everything, like using this space.
Yeah, you got some cool backgrounds.
Right?
So
one thing, we had a lot of good known JoJo for a long time. This is the first time I actually.
Oh yeah, this was like way back, like during the Yang Gang campaign days.
I know that was a weird time. Like now that I like look back on it, it's been a while, right? It's been like a year, and like I can't believe I did that.
Right?
Yeah, something took over, right? It was just like, Ryan, are you looking for a job? I'm like, no, I gotta Yang people, man. That's more important.
Same thing, man. I was like, oh man, I gotta Yang people, but then it's like, I don't really have like any friends around here. So then I go on Twitch and then I find Ryan. Like, oh, okay, so
you were there a lot, man.
Yeah, like
every day.
Me and Ryan had this like parasocial relationship where we were like always informing each other like what's happening in the campaign. And then he educated me about, housing and stuff and some crypto as well too, which is like popping these days.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, then you're involved with like the GameStop thing, right?
Oh
Your
man,
Wall Street bets.
Oh
Jeez.
yeah.
yeah,
How are your stocks doing?
my stocks,
Been pretty good, right?
they are recovering after a red week last week. So I've been buying like sort of legit stocks slash meme stocks, but but
Only have
everything
meme
else I
stocks.
make, I'm just gonna throw into like Ethereum or Bitcoin.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
those.
the end game for investing.
Mhm. How many shares of GameStop do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
0.
You sold everything?
I sold. I only had like one share. I was like, I wanted to be part of this, but then I'm like, I'm losing like $20. I better. That was when I was like super new to the market. I was like, okay, but then I just started like researching like swing trading and all this other stuff. I did my due diligence on like these balance sheets and if a company's like holding money or they're in debt kind of thing. And like I started learning like the whatever's on the news. It's called like a catalyst. Like let's say there's like a White House press briefing and they mention X company, suddenly that stock will like either go up or down depending.
Right.
So it's pretty interesting learning about finance and investing, and it also like got me more into crypto as well too because I'm like, it's like, oh, if we have more crypto, everything's like decentralized. Like we don't have to worry about how well a company does or how well they treat their employees and how well they handle their money. It's more like a global thing, right? Yeah. So
Yeah, it
Mhm.
kind of floats in the ether. It's kind of a really weird thing.
they're sort of like conjoined together, but like crypto is its own thing as well too.
And
So
like taking an interest in stocks and personal finance, like it forces you to pay attention to current events.
mhm.
Yeah,
Like and be like present in society.
even if you
Yeah.
don't want
Yeah.
to. It's kind of a bummer because it's like, I don't
I,
want to.
yeah.
I don't want to know.
I,
Mhm.
I mean, for me, I have an excuse now to like sort of pay attention because my money is on it now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So what I wanted to know was you brought up NFTs and I sort of did my research on that. What is that?
Yeah, so NFT is a non-fungible token. And like I find like the most basic way to explain it right now is like it's a way for nervous now.
If you need me to jump in.
Yeah, like the way that it makes sense to me is like it's a like piece of like content, or in this case it's like being used in the art world. So it's like a piece of digital art, and like you can collect it using cryptocurrency, and so it exists like on the blockchain or whatever. But you go ahead and give a more sophisticated answer.
Sorry, I wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention.
Were you not?
Okay, so NFTs are basically um they run off of the Ethereum network. Okay, like that's important to know. So it runs off the Ethereum network, and then it basically it allows you. It's a little token allows you to claim ownership over digital things.
Mhm.
So it can be artworks, it can be a picture, it can be an animated GIF, it can be a video, anything really. But basically, it ties that particular thing to you as a person, to your crypto wallet or whatever. So it brings the concept of ownership into internet, really. Up
Mhm.
until now, everything on the internet's free, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Pretty much. So yeah, so like so it's been used for like collectibles and it's going nuts. People are paying millions of dollars for virtual goods. Like,
Or like the backgrounds that I use for my stream,
mhm.
they're usually the ones that I use are by Beeple, and he's like one of the top like seller of NFTs right now. Like his art is crazy, and he's
Yeah.
making millions.
So he
And
has all these like, he probably has all these artworks that he gives away,
Mhm.
but you go to like, hey, do you want the official version? Right?
Oh,
And do you want to own it? Right. This is the official 3D art version, and then you can be that. Yeah. It's really about it's like bragging rights.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I own that, right?
Mhm.
Like I have, but they used to do this all the time in like traditional um, entertainment, right? Like with music, they would like sell like, oh, here are the limited only 50 copies of
Mhm.
this album, right? And if you were one of the owners of that, you could it was a bragging, right? It's like kind of like, yeah, I'm the hardcore fan. So that brings that back into the space, I would say, and probably in a good way, right?
Mhm.
Because if you have fans that are loyal to you, you wanna reward them somehow, right? And this is one way to do it.
mm,
So
I see.
And people can like trade, like if they own a piece, they can sell their piece, and and if it has gone up in value, then they make money.
right, yeah,
It's just
you can. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
it's just like a modern or futuristic way of like buying, selling, and trading and collecting art.
Yeah, like you can see it as an investment
Hmm.
as well. So say you find this obscure artist no one knows about. You think they're great. You think they're the greatest thing in the world. You don't know. This is one way for you to get in and support them in a way that's good for both you and them, right? Because say you're like, okay, I'm gonna spend $100 on your, your original minted album. If they become big later on, that thing could be worth a lot, like right?
Right.
It gives you as a supporter incentive to go out and like, hey, check out this art, right? So in theory, it should be good for everyone, you know,
Yeah.
and that's why people are excited about it. Like,
From what I've
so
read, like they use the baseball card analogy. If there's like this one unique special baseball card, it goes up
right,
the longer you have it, kind of thing.
Hmm.
That's
it's
interesting.
very similar. Yeah.
So
One thing, people in Wall Street are trading baseball cards right now
really,
for real.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, you look it up, and I'm like, why? But then again, I'm doing this NFT stuff, so it's like, yeah, pretty much the same thing.
Hmm.
Really, not that much different, honestly. From
Yeah,
what,
it's just the modern way to do it.
yeah, exactly.
Because I feel like a lot of arts are going more now into like crypto and that NFT world.
Mhm.
And I watched a video, and they're saying that DJs are going to be paid in crypto in like the next few years.
Oh, I believe it.
Probably.
Yeah,
You can probably sell samples and remixes. And,
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but like isn't Blau a DJ?
yeah.
Like Blau just did an NFT drop. Post Malone just did an NFT drop, and I was in a clubhouse room last night, and the top speakers in there were like Diplo, Dead Mouse. Like it's all people in the EDM community who are like getting in on this because it's the future.
Yep.
It's the present. It's the
It's the
it
present.
present,
is the
but
future.
also the
But
future.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I totally believe that because like I think 10 years ago, right? Like EDM wasn't really that big, but like it started blowing up. Like you see it in commercials now and movies.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
to me, those artists are always like the forefront of like what's gonna happen to us in like the next few years.
Mm,
So
that's true.
Yeah.
so that's another thing. It's gonna introduce
And
like
the reason,
yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the reason why people are getting in is because there's money,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's really hard for a new artist to break into the industry. Even in places like Twitch and YouTube have been kind of saturated at this point, right?
yeah,
So uh yeah, so yeah, the top streamers have gotten in there. They're kind of pretty comfortable, where they are. So, but as a newcomer trying to break in, it's really hard because everyone's here, right? Crypto is this kind of new space that nobody quite knows how it works. So I think it's a good idea for people to try to get in because since it's not structured yet, opportunity for like people who've never made a name for themselves to like pop out. So that's part of the reason why we're kind of looking into it as well.
Interesting. Because I remember back when we used to talk in the campaign, like you had this weird diagram, and I think that's where we're headed to, where it's like the music and the distribution of that music, and it was just yeah, you remember that?
PowerPoint stuff.
Yeah, dude, I loved your PowerPoint stuff. I don't care how weird it looks. Like it's like I get this. This guy gets this.
Okay,
So tell me about that.
Is there a chat? I can send it. Is there a
Um,
chat room in this thing?
Oh, I mean, do you have Twitch on your phone?
Hold on.
You could drop the link in his.
yeah, you can drop the link on my Twitch channel.
Yeah, in the Twitch channel. I'll do that. Give me a sec.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we've been learning. Well, at least I've been learning. Well, Ryan already knew, so I've been learning about NFTs, and yeah, I think that's gonna be like the next step for us. You know, we just want to create like original content and then see see what happens. Because there's not.
That's
We
gonna be
have all the
so
time.
interesting.
We have all the time in the world right now. Still, like it's been a year of this pandemic, and we still have. It still feels like we have all the time in the world and like nothing to lose.
Right.
So let's be artists.
Right. I get you. So I'll be artists.
You have to, or you won't. Have to adapt, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, like me personally, I can't do 9 to 5. I'm like, I want to create things. I want to listen to good music and stuff.
I want a 9 to 5, and they don't want me.
You're overqualified. That's what they say.
Yeah, I don't miss it. I don't miss working 9 to 5.
I do.
Like I thought that I wanted structure, you know, like I feel like I was always saying like, oh, I want structure, I want stability, whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't know. And then I had it and it was really soul sucking.
Yeah. Get more soul.
No. Get more soul?
Well, if you have enough soul, no matter how much they suck out of you, you still have like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously I'm still alive and kicking.
I just have a problem with authority. I hate being told what to do, and it sucks.
Like being told what to do.
I bet you are, but yeah.
You never did anything I told you.
Who, me?
When I was your boss.
You literally refused to tell me what to do, Ryan. What are you talking about? Literally refuses to tell me what to do.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, but I respect authority for sure. I come from a father who is law enforcement. I've always respected. I think I'm drunk.
Yeah,
That's your first cup of wine, man.
This is her second.
Wait, this is my
second. Oh yeah, this is my second too. Hell yeah!
Hey, cheers!
Cheers! Ding!
Oh my god! It's gonna be one of these.
Yeah, no, I have always respected authority.
Yeah.
I have too, actually. You know, and I like the idea that the people up there know what they're doing.
Yeah, it makes sense, but like,
they don't.
If you know they're like being unfair and inefficient and all that stuff, just like down with the man, you know. I've been always like rebellious and like,
yeah,
you know, f the police and all that.
I can tolerate incompetence, but it's like, and they actively work against themselves and the people around them.
It falls apart. Really, you see it around you.
It's like, I'm like, oh my god, like, what? You know, like, why? I mean, right? And yeah, that's the part that's, I think, really sucks the soul out of you, like, for real, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if they're trying their best and they fail, okay, that's fine, right? But they're like actively doing the wrong thing all the time, hoping to get different results, you know? Like, I think we've all worked at places like that before, right? Like at this point. And it's everywhere now, right? It's at the highest level of government. Like I'm from Hawaii, right? And do you guys remember the missile crisis?
No.
Yes, I do.
One
What year was that?
that was 2 years
2 years
ago.
ago.
Oh,
It's
Remember when
very,
it was
very
like
recent. Tulsi Gabbard
no
talked about it.
the
missile
yeah no
crisis?
it was just like it sent a message on everyone's phone. Oh, missiles are coming to
Oh,
get to shelter. I'm
yes.
like, what the? I was like, oops, sorry that the guy pressed the wrong button, and you
Oh
know,
my
I'm
Oh
god.
like,
man.
we almost went to World War III
Oh god.
over a technical mistake. And I'm like, wow,
You know, one of my friends that
yeah,
works in defense said that, everything still runs on floppy disks.
it does.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be.
She's not even kidding. Like,
Yeah, she's not kidding.
I feel like that's a good thing because it's going to be harder for them to hack like obsolete hardware and software and all that
is
stuff.
true. That's the excuse
That's
that
the
they.
Yeah.
excuse.
But
But the reality is, oh, it's not a good thing.
true.
Meanwhile, China is working on AI-based defense drone systems. We're like, how do we get Windows XP running? You know, like,
Oh no.
yeah,
Hey, did you drop your link? Are you having technical difficulties? What's going
yeah.
on?
I'm getting distracted.
Are you distracted? I
So-
think
I'm
you need
gonna
to go into your drive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
So while he does that,
It'll be easier to
he
do.
can't
Okay.
he can't multitask.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it was really concerning for me because I was watching the hearing for GME, and I was watching our government officials. They were like, they didn't know how to use their webcams or microphones. I was kind of concerned there.
Oh, God.
It's like,
No, these
this is
people
our government.
are like they're nearing obsolete. They're at the end of their I'm here,
Yeah, yeah,
It's pretty concerning. It's pretty concerning, but I don't know. I don't know. Are there enough young and capable people motivated to you know, uh, willing to work their way into those positions for the betterment of
yeah.
everybody in society? I don't know.
I feel like it's our fault too that we didn't prevent this because
You're older than me.
yeah. Well, I think we're around the same age, right? How old are you?
How old are you?
I'm 31.
I forget.
I'm almost.
25.
Oh, you're like my little sister. But
Oh, you have a sister?
yeah, she's about the same age.
Oh, cute.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the
What
government.
could we have done? What could we have done to prevent?
We could have had the Office of Technology person just like get people up to speed and all that.
Ryan's
But
talking to me.
What's his Twitch channel?
OMG JoJo.
yeah, come on, Ryan. I've been following you for like
Oh, come
2 years
on.
now.
For a mature audience.
Sure. Oh, I
Yes.
say that.
Yes, it's mature. So feel free to curse. Fuck shit, cunt. Oh, I'm demonetized. Oh my god. I don't know. Like, Andrew Yang's the same thing. It's like, I used to hear all his AMA questions on the internet, and he's like, "Am I allowed to curse here?" And then he starts cursing just to make the person feel comfortable.
I love when he says shit. It feels so good.
Makes him feel real. He's very genuine.
Ooh,
Andrew Yang.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He knows how to use it in the right way.
Oh my god,
Mhm.
isn't the drama around him so funny? Like every single thing that he does is like a topic of conversation with the male race. It's so funny.
Oh yeah. What happened today? Wait, something happened today too.
Today I think was that account.
Oh yeah, the parody account.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like
I remember that. I saw that on Twitter.
I posted that today. Yeah, and I was like, oh, someone made a parody account to try to make fun of him. And then he shut it down today because he realizes, oh, this is actually just helping him. And then like half the Yang Gang were like, they thought it was like a pro Yang account.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, they were sharing it and everything, and like,
Those posts were hilarious. Every time I would see it on my feed, like it would have Andrew Yang's profile pic. So like at first I had to like do a double take. I'm like, wait, did Andrew Yang really say Marianne Williamson is like a gilf or something? I'm like, what?
A gill?
Or a
Wait, no,
MILF?
there's another. There's
A
a
MILF.
this is, I think you're thinking of the other parody account because there's another one. Oh, maybe
Oh.
they're the same.
There's
actually.
several. Yeah.
Yeah, because this one was like Andrew Yang policies. And then I think the one that you're thinking about, JoJo, is like the Andrew Yang, and then it has like it looks like it's a check mark, but it's not, and it's
Yeah.
his profile picture, so it literally looks like it's him.
Oh.
And it's always like, wait, like he maybe could have said this, like stuff about like doing drugs, smoking weed, and that kind of
Yeah, some of them were less obvious. Right?
Yeah, because I'm like, wait, this can't be him.
Can't be him, but he.
But it
might.
could.
It could.
But it
right?
could be.
He would, like, he wouldn't.
This one time I was on shrooms and like blah blah blah. I'm like, is that? But it could be. Right?
It's just like a lot of fun, harmless stuff. It's not like compared to like Trump that would just like, I don't know.
It's harmless.
Oh
It's like
man.
some, there's like drama around the Yang Gang, but honestly, it's not that bad. Not that bad.
I mean, if you do your part to not feed into it, it's not that bad.
Yeah, but when you like, if you've been part of other campaigns, the problems we have here aren't that bad. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, wow. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still supportive, but like officially, I'm taking the blue hat off my Twitter, just because I'm like,
Sure.
like
I
it
think
gets
that's
pretty
fine.
culty. I don't know, and we start to lose our original
Yeah.
way. Oh,
I've always been like a little bit of a in between him and the housing stuff, right? So
yeah,
I was never all the way in, but it's kind of a problem, right? It's a problem when you your whole life, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Like people need a life outside of the Yang Gang for sure.
for sure.
There's more to do. Like what happens is that when that park becomes threatened, they get real nasty, man. Like,
They do.
this is their whole life. I'm like, oh no, you're gonna take that away from me. I'm like, no, just calm down.
And I would say like some of them,
you get it.
yeah, some of them are like sort of gullible to like trolls and bots. I'm like, just don't feed into it, you know?
Yeah, it's depressing to see on Twitter. That's why I don't go on there anymore. I'm just like see people arguing with a bot, and I'm like, come on, man! Like, it's supposed to be the data-driven group. Like,
Yeah, it's not what it used to
I
be.
won't name any names,
But now they're like on this, I guess, second generation of Yang Gang, where it's like New York Yang Gang, and he's running for mayor type of thing. So that's pretty
it's a little
cool.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're still in Jersey, right?
Jersey, yeah. So if there's no corona,
Yeah,
I'd be down to like volunteer like every weekend for him. So
yeah, but now it's a weird time.
yeah, it's a weird time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I sent the 2 slides. One of them was the crypto one,
Hmm.
which I tried to get a job with. It actually relates to the NFT. It visualizes it. So how that applies to artists. And the other one was I think that was the whole framing of my whole YouTube channel, which was we're in a period right now. We're in a war between specialists and generalists.
I remember that.
Call it, yeah. It's, what do you call it?
What'd you call it?
I just sent it. And I forgot. It was systems theory. Yeah, systems theory versus specialization. So, yeah, people like us, we're into a lot of things, right? We think of things as a whole,
right?
And there are some people in the Democratic primaries who are like that. It was like Yang, Marianne Williamson, Tulsi. I don't know, but
oh yeah, we were talking about the trinity of the progressive people.
yeah, it got kind of weird.
Yeah, we got into weird conversations when you used to stream back then.
we talk a lot of weird things.
Do you guys remember Steyer? He was so cute.
Yes. The
his attitude was so cute.
Yeah, I didn't mind him.
Yeah.
He was like
billionaire.
he's like a robot programmed to be happy.
No, stop. No, he's
Now programmed to
sweet.
tell rich people what they want to hear. Sorry,
Sure.
that's great.
I didn't mind him. He was better than a
So
Bloomberg.
he was okay though.
Yeah.
He was okay.
Yeah.
He was sweet. I never got to meet him, but he seems really cute. It's okay.
Okay. Are we talking about how cute?
Cute in spirit.
Oh, in spirit. Okay, I
Come
can't tell. I
on,
can't
come
tell what these are.
on.
Okay. But no, but like with yeah, I actually like Bloomberg. Okay,
Oh God.
sorry, but he knows his policy. He knows he's a smart guy. He's competent. Just like he has a bad personality.
Did you know Steven vandalized his bus?
Wait, who is that?
Probably should.
I think it's okay to talk about this. Well,
Yeah.
let me say, my friend, like saw the Bloomberg bus coming through LA
Okay.
and had Yang 2020 stickers and like put Yang 2020 stickers on the Bloomberg bus and got chased by security.
Wow.
Yeah, chased by Bloomberg security.
Bloomberg security. I want to talk to
What
this guy.
fun times.
Oh, okay. There's a reason why I have a soft spot for him is because, like, I've done the housing stuff. His publication was the only one that defended us,
Oh,
Hmm.
not anyone.
I see.
And so he knows how to solve the housing crisis, and he's just like that arrogant asshole enough that he might just be like, "Ah, you rich homeowners, I don't give a fuck. I'll override your, but like,
Right.
it's not a. He's not likable, right? So yeah. So I mean, would have taken anybody really, other than Biden and Harris. Anybody
Yeah.
them too. I would, I can see good things in other candidates, right?
Except for Biden and Harris.
Except for those two.
Yeah, like
Like even Biden, right? Biden's a nice guy, but is he going to do what needs to be done? No.
yeah.
And we're seeing that now, right? He's not going to. He doesn't have what it takes.
Yeah.
Harris is just like a blank check where she just says whatever 59% of people think, right?
True.
So
I think she's waiting for like something to happen to Biden.
oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
gonna totally.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like either way, she's also gonna run after this.
oh god, I hope.
Yeah. She might.
I'm tired of politics.
I
Me
know.
too.
But it's such a big part of a life,
I
It
hate
is.
that.
It's a big
Can it
part.
not be?
I
Can
mean,
it not be? Come on.
I don't mind it now that it's like it runs into our finance and investing as well too. Like I don't pay
Yeah.
attention to it as much, but like if it's like they're talking about Johnson and Johnson, I'm like, maybe I should put some shares into that.
It's kind of like how weed stocks
Oh.
skyrocketed after Biden won, right?
Yeah.
So, if you know where to pay attention, you can actually
Oh,
make
man.
money.
That's true.
I actually had a bunch of shares in Sundial, and then it started blowing up. So Sundial is like a weed stock company. And one day, like I guess Chuck Schumer was like, "Yeah, we're into talks of legalizing this in the Senate." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Uh-oh!" And then I check my stocks, like, "Oh no, it's blowing up. It's not supposed to blow up." And then I didn't know what to do.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, "Okay, I think I can ride this wave." And then it's like, oh, maybe I can get 1,000. Nope. Why is it going up? It's like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's going down. And then eventually, yeah, I sold it. It was like $200 profit, so it wasn't that bad. But like, the FOMO of me was like, I could have got $1,000 more.
I know.
That was just me like being fresh to the stock
Yeah.
market, and it's a hard lesson for me to learn.
At least you learned it though.
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah.
they don't learn.
Mhm.
So I think it's actually a great thing, like people getting into it. Because
Yeah.
if you're new, you're gonna make mistakes,
Right.
So why not get it out of your system now?
Yeah.
Later on, like the fact that you're doing it at 25, right? By the time you're like 30, 40, you'll be making big bucks.
You think so?
I think so.
I
But
think
you're
so
gonna be
too.
smarter about it, right?
Yeah.
True, true. Because yeah, JoJo, like that's the same thing with me. Like GME, I guess, is like the first thing that I bought,
Hmm.
and God, it was so crazy when Elon Musk finally tweeted about it, and I was just like watching it like rise and like go crazy. I was up like 500%,
I know that's
and I was like,
crazy.
I'm not gonna sell. And yeah, I only ended up making like $600 or so off those first couple shares, and I was like, damn, I could have made like thousands of dollars if I had
it's a
just
hard.
sold. But you know, with GME, it's not about the money, right? It's about the message. So I'm still holding.
Yeah, if you wait a few years, it might go crazy. What if
It might.
you know they've been doing a lot of talk about like they're gonna turn themselves around, they're gonna
Mhm.
get into crypto,
Crypto?
right?
Yeah,
It all
yeah.
comes full circle, right? And why not, right? They don't have anything to lose, right? Like, what
Right.
are they gonna like? Their shops are pretty much empty. Why not turn it into a crypto education sphere? I
Mhm.
don't know, right? Anything that's not that,
Mhm.
right? What they've been doing up to now. If they do it, it could be like wildly successful, and your stock will go up like not like crazy, right?
Right.
But it takes
Yeah.
time.
So
Right?
what they could also do, like I don't know if they're ever gonna take this direction, but they could make video games into like NFTs as well too for like all the emerging game developers. You think?
Video.
Maybe?
You mean like original copy kind of stuff?
Yeah. All the indie
Actually,
game
that's a good
stuff.
idea.
That could be a thing.
Yeah.
That's actually
I mean, and they have Reggie from Nintendo, so I think things are looking up for GameStop for sure.
yeah, but that's what it takes. Some kind of crazy. I can't even believe what happened. Man, it's so nuts. I don't have any love for short sellers.
I can't believe you're still bag holding, Joel.
Hell yeah!
No,
I should buy more.
Oh
Why didn't I buy more? I should have bought
she's
more.
a diamond hands.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm Diamond Hands.
no.
Bitch.
I thought I was diamond hands, but I'm like, all right, I got to do this right. So I'm like, all right, I need a strategy, know all the fundamentals, know my entry point, know my exit point.
Just do dollar costs, man.
My
Yeah.
strategy is hold until I die.
That's a good. That's a pretty good strategy. Too.
Yeah, just make sure your next of kin is like, you know, someone you want that money for, like, yeah.
Put it until you
True.
die, and then give it to your charity, not yours.
Mhm.
Eh. 50-50, we can split.
Or give it to the government.
No, they're
Oh.
gonna take it anyway.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they
Well,
suck
fuck,
with
I have to
money
do my
anyway.
taxes.
I gotta do my taxes. Too.
Wait, you know what's so funny is like Ryan, I feel like you've been talking about your taxes for like an entire year, and now it's tax season again.
Yeah. No. Last year I had a professional do my taxes for the first time because I was like, "Hey, crypto. I don't know. I don't want to get audited again." And oh, I haven't been working for a year because I was busy yanking people. So what does that mean? It was just like too much stuff, and it was totally worth it. By the way, like it was.
Well, what are you gonna do this time?
This year, I worked at one place, which was this apartment. Actually, this apartment complex. So I don't know.
Would you like some more?
No.
Cheers, Joel.
Cheers.
Maybe I'll have a little.
Oh, okay.
A little.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that's enough. The bottle's almost gone. Oh my god.
Yeah, I already finished my bottle too.
Come
Oh,
on.
you guys are drinkers.
No.
I am
We've barely been
not.
drinking. Come on.
Yeah, only one bottle. I'm a little drunk.
It just feels like I'm on a date with you guys.
You're on a date with us?
We're drinking wine.
That's so sweet. It reminds me of Valentine's Day.
I have any food?
Dry soup.
That's okay. Dry soup? Is that what you did for Valentine's Day?
No.
Is that what she tasted like?
Oh gosh, no. There's like a meme going around in my community, and like we talk about dry soup a lot. So it's a long.
What is that?
It's
What does
dry
that mean?
soup.
Is that an insight?
Dry soup just means you're spending time with your significant other kind of thing. But yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know
But what? Where the butt?
But
And then what?
we're on we're on a break.
What?
We're on a break, so I'm just like, oh, dry soup. It's not wet
Ooh,
soup.
Are you?
Oh, dry. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yay! So you're on a break?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a yay.
That's what they say.
That's not a yay thing.
Is that a yay thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't do that shit. I don't do that. I'm on a break shit. It's like
Yeah.
this is happening or it's not. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out. Sorry, no, that you do whatever you want to do for your life. but
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
kinda
That's
how I
fine.
roll.
Yeah.
I mean, but I have been there for
Yeah.
sure. I have been there, and but I have learned.
Mm.
I like things to be clean.
Mm-hmm. Clean break.
Yeah. Cleanness is when you have when no one is there.
What?
It's a cleanness when you're not seeing anyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard.
That's hard too, but yeah.
I mean, I'm used to
I don't
being by
know.
myself, so it's fine. But then, like, once you get the soup, it's just like, oh,
It tastes so good.
I know you keep going back to the soup kitchen.
That's sad.
No.
I'm not fucking with that analogy.
That's
Oh
I'm not
man.
fucking-
I didn't even know how to. parse
They,
that.
maybe I'm the soup kitchen, and then they come to me begging.
Okay.
I
And
don't
then
know what that means.
and then they have the breadstick, and they want to stir the soup.
Ew.
What is?
If you get to stir my soup,
Oh,
consider
God.
yourself very lucky.
What is going on? Too many layers of metaphors.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what else? Music. I think we can all relate to music.
I love music.
Music is good. Next topic.
I guess. Next topic. Yeah.
But what about music?
I don't know. I think
I'm working on music.
She's milking. We're
you're working on music, like an album or anything.
No, not an album, but I actually met Yang Gang at Dream State last time, who's a producer who produces trance, and we've stayed in touch on social media basically. And yeah, he asked me to collaborate on some stuff. So Ryan let me record vocals like here in his room, and I finally sent him like a bunch of samples. And I feel like I'm actually gonna make a song. Like I feel like it's probably actually gonna happen this time.
It's awesome.
So I'm really excited. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think I've been taking a break, just because like I'm getting kind of depressed and just getting addicted to the video games. It's a vicious cycle.
What are you playing?
World of Warcraft. So that also taught me about like investing as well too, because like I trade those in-game items for gold in-game, so I get the NFT stuff. It's very similar to video games.
Yeah, it's very similar. It's very similar.
You think so?
Well, it's artificial scarcity, right? So,
Right.
Like, hey, there's only this much of this item, and if they duplicated it too much, it'd be worthless, right? Supply and demand, right? But restrict certain items to a certain number, and that's what gives it value.
Right.
So, same thing. Yeah, it is similar. Are they still selling those items for real money?
No. So
Wow.
so for WoW, Blizzard, the company, they developed their own in-game token, and what you can do, the token costs $20, but
you can.
right, but
It's a one-way street.
you can't really cash it out. You can like buy their games of their like whatever's in their shop, but depending on the depending on the in-game, it either goes from like 100K to like sometimes the next day goes to like 30K the price fluctuates depending like how many people are playing in the servers. So it's pretty similar to like, crypto as well too, like Bitcoin.
All that stuff is gonna get tokenized,
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
And God, that good.
Yes.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it? It's gonna be like there's gonna be no. It's basically we're gonna go into like a MMORPG like WoW, and then you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna spend $5. Oh, hey, I want that potion. Here's $5 of real money,
Oh yeah.
and then I'm gonna be like, okay, here we go, right? And there'll be no difference between virtual and. But isn't it all a lie? And now I don't know. Money real?
It's not.
What is fiat? Right?
Like nothing. None of it is real.
None of it
All
is
of it
real.
are ideas and concepts that were given value because we gave it value.
Yep.
So that's the
And
same
there's
thing.
also a lot of guns too. But yeah.
Guns?
Well, the US dollar is propped up by the military, right?
That makes
Oh yeah,
sense.
indeed.
And they're like, hey, the dollar is worth that much. And I'm like, no, it's not. Well, we have
Is
guns.
it? Oh, it's not?
Oh, it's not?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I fucking thought, bitch.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a simplified version, but
makes sense.
it's not a coincidence that we have the biggest military and also the highest foreign investment, right? Everybody looks at the dollar as the standard. We have the biggest guns.
That is true. And you should also invest into, PLTR. I'm just kidding. But
PLTR?
it's a company and they do most of their money comes from the military budget and they develop weapons and technology for our defense industry.
Are you into that?
You have
I'm not-
PLTR shares?
I'm not into that industry, but I know some people that are and they swear by it.
Sounds like he has a couple shares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were a fan of Marianne Williamson and that dippy stuff.
Oh, whatever.
I'm kind
You
of.
can be a fan of so and so,
I'm a little disappointed with her, to be honest.
Why?
What has she
I think
done?
I'm like, oh,
What did you expect from her?
better.
Really? You were hoping for her to do something? Like,
Well, she's great for the most part, but I think it was just like, I think I remember. Yeah, so I was on Twitter, and then she made a thing about like student loan forgiveness, right? And like I asked, why do college grads get a favoritism over non-college grads, right? Isn't that favorite? And she didn't answer. Just like bullshitted her way out of it. I'm like, okay, so she's playing politics too. I think after that, I was just like, I was disillusioned. But she's human too, right? I can't. I don't know.
Well, yeah, she knows how to play the game as well too.
Yeah, well, she's smart. I'll give him that.
well, it's hard to like apply things to like every single person.
I know.
It's like there has to be some sort of standard.
Maybe I'm like trying to also get over, that world in a way. Well, we're still kind of in it. We're in ASMR, and people who like ASMR also like astrology, and right. There's a side of me that likes that. So we talked about my ex, and
I remember that.
a little bit. Yeah, we have that was one of the weird conversations we had, but maybe I'm over it now. I don't know. So
So ASMR, for those that don't know, I think it's called auditory sensory meridian. I forgot what the R is. Response.
Okay, so I thought it was that too for the longest time, but it's actually autonomous.
Autonomous.
It's
Autonomous.
not audio. Yeah. Autonomous.
wait, really?
Yeah, autonomous sensory, I believe, if you want to double check, meridian response. So it can be triggered by not only audio, but all the other senses as well. So there are visual triggers and all that. Is that what
You're
it says?
right. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I know. I thought it was purely audio for the longest time, but it is autonomous.
Why is it autonomous again?
I don't know. What does that say right there in the description?
I thought you were the expert. You're the one that got me into
Well, you're the
this.
one looking at the wiki page.
You're the
Come
one that
on.
got me into. Hold on.
Autonomous is like you're in
doesn't
control of your
explain to
own
me.
being, right?
Right.
So how does that translate into what you experience?
Spontaneous, self-governing, or with or without control.
Interesting. So I think in layman's term, it's like whatever you hear or feel, you get the chills thinking about it or feeling it, right?
Yeah.
I guess the explanation that says here is that they purposely chose really, really scientific and a little bit objective terms so that it wouldn't, I guess, trigger the patient or something like that. So they've made it sound really, really like
kind of
obscure and weird, so it wouldn't scare the patient away, basically.
So this is like a therapeutic thing that people use in professional setting, or like that's how it was coined.
Yeah, but a lot of it is really, hearsay.
Yeah.
So whatever you want it to be.
But yeah, I
honestly.
personally don't get a physical response. Like I don't really get tingles. But I have friends that even certain music even gives them that sensation. And but as I've been watching more and more ASMR as we've been doing it, there are certain sounds when I watch it, I'm like, oh, like that like hits different. Like,
Yeah. No, even when we're doing it with each other, like some things you do, I'm like, whoa, it takes you off guard,
I would say for me personally, like if I had certain substances, it would hit a certain way.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, like when Ryan was playing the piano, I'm like, it's like, hold on, let me light up for it real quick.
I know that's the joke. I use that joke all the time. Like, wait, Ryan, I get high first.
Oh, people be coming into our stream
like,
and
hold
they're
on before you start. Okay, you can go now. Like, oh.
Yeah, we get people coming into our stream like every so often, like, oh my god, this is so trippy, or like, oh, this is making my trip so much crazier.
I know.
And
I
love
love
that. I
Me too.
love that. That's the type of person that it's appealing to.
Yes.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
At least you're being honest about it. Now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty open about my use, but it's up to you guys. But whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for people to know.
That's all right. It's fine.
The places that my mind has gone.
They're not ready.
Nope. Redacted right now.
Yeah,
I'm actually very private, so I'm not.
Yeah. For my thing is like I really want to be open about like the many things that I've experienced in life, but I feel like now I'm in like a weird situation where I have to like think of myself as a business as well. I have to like consider that when I'm doing something like an interview with you, or other people have asked me to talk about my experiences and stuff, and I just don't know yet like what's appropriate and what's not. So
yeah. Well, for me personally, I don't really care because I attribute it to my creativity as well too. So if there's like a certain experience that I want to convey to the viewers or audience, then it's like the certain music that I play. It's like, oh, if I'm feeling this certain way, this is what I felt when I'm playing this music. Yeah. So it goes hand in hand with art, I think.
Because yeah, exactly.
Because
it's kind of like way to talk about certain things without saying it.
Right, because the way we perceive things, it's just like in one dimensional, but like what they don't know is like there's so many other dimensions you can perceive the art or music, whatever you're hearing. And it's so hard. I don't know where I'm going with this, but like
okay, keep going.
It's like, how do you experience something?
Hold on, let me.
It's like, how do you experience something without like them experiencing it themselves. So it's just like, and that's where the art aspect comes from, right? Because when you see those like crazy mosaic paintings, it's like, that guy had to be on something with what he saw of his vision, and then he's conveying it to the rest of the world what it was. So
another thing is like me or a lot of people that I know are confined to like a suburban or city life where we are not in tune with nature. And I think a lot of really wonderful and like deep sort of art comes from people who are able to like be in nature and experience the world like as it was like originally intended.
Oh my god.
What?
I disagree.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we have a discussion here.
But I just find like the artists that I appreciate most are usually ones that are seem to be very in touch with like a primal side of them and in touch with nature and like not so like obsessed with technology and like all that's going on with social media and
yeah. Oh man, this is like a big philosophical point in the art world, actually.
Yeah.
Some people say art should be a representation of nature. The other camp is it should be a representation of humanity, right?
Right.
And I tend to be more on the humanity side, right? Like I believe in progress. I believe in human accomplishment, And going back to nature, me seems like losing.
I understand why you would feel that way. Yeah.
And I feel like there's a competition between human race and nature all the time.
Well, and I don't think it needs to be either or, but I can see why like restricting yourself to like only like the nature or whatever is like primitive.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't think it needs to be either or. Like I think good art takes into consideration both things.
Right.
And it expresses it that way.
We're not really disagreeing it.
Yeah.
Boring.
Not boring. Come on.
See, if you want to make this interview more entertaining, we need to dig in.
Oh, come on.
Start yelling at each other.
No.
That's how you get the clicks, man. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Not about clickbait. Just more of just like getting into the substance of things. So I like substantive like conversation. Yeah.
You were always great, you were always there. You saw me chase away people from my channel on purpose, right?
the one that
You're so annoying, man. Like, come
I
on.
know. My favorite was that kid. He was like, "Oh, my dad owns a golf course or something." I don't know. You remember that kid?
I remember that. Yeah, he was like
what happened
15.
on the golf course?
No, this was like during the campaign. I don't know if I'm telling the story correctly, but this was during the campaign. It was like me, JoJo, maybe a few others, 3 other regulars. But this kid came in, and then I think he was a Trump supporter. He came in, he started talking shit about Yang, and then I started going at him. Like, I wasn't I'd be mean to him, but I was just trying to dig deep into like what his problem. What was your problem, man? And then it had some. I don't even remember what we're talking about. Something related to housing, and it's like, I don't want my dad. He owns a golf course or whatever, and he was just like, oh, so your policies will hurt my dad, blah blah blah. And then eventually, what happened? It was like,
You have a breakthrough?
yeah. Well, what happened was that I was talking to him like a person, right? And then I think he's just used to getting shit on. I'm not gonna name any names, but the Bernie people, they're a little mean. And
Yeah.
like, why are you being so nice to me? What? They're just talking to you honestly, right? And then he left. It was interesting. But yeah, you wouldn't get that kind of experience with any other campaign, right? Only the Yang Gang. I feel, and really honestly, like a lot of my biggest regulars were Trump people.
That is true. Yeah.
Came in and they're like, "Wow, you're a Democrat, but not an asshole. How is that possible?" I'm like, like, I don't know. All right.
So what you experienced on stream is what I experienced when I was tabling, and I was in the part where of Jersey where it was like it was like half Trump supporter,
Yeah, I want to hear that.
and it basically for me felt like a therapy session for them. Like I just sat there and listened. Like, all right, I had a bottle of water. I was already sitting down. Like, tell me what concerns you about things. It's like, oh, this
when was this?
this was like last year, like last summer when I was tabling. Yeah.
Didn't it?
I think I told you about it before.
No, I think last summer the campaign was already over.
Yeah, but you were doing tabling for something else?
Wait. 2 summers ago.
Okay, 2 summers.
Yeah.
Oh, you were the really early. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was tabling and they would just come up to my table. Like I wouldn't even argue with them and I would just like let them talk. It's like, they have a lot of pent up like anger towards like society and the country and all that stuff. So I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna listen. And maybe they just need an ear for someone to like listen to them talk. And then afterwards they're like, you know what? You're not so bad, Like, oh thanks. And then and what really won them over was like they took one of my calling cards, my business cards for Yang. I'm like, there you go, check him out. Like even if you're not gonna vote for him or agree with him, you're still gonna check him out and see like, oh, he's an alright guy.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
And so I feel like with all the drama going on, like I feel people forgot that a little bit. They got all caught up in like, oh, I have the best strategy for whatever. Like no one cares for one.
Yeah.
But
I would say
time.
my strategy was like very passive. Like I would just let them talk, and if I just want to like make them stop talking, I would just like agree with them, even though in my heart I wouldn't really agree with them. But I would just like, yeah, I agree with you. All right, have a nice day.
Yeah, if they go on for too long, yeah, you don't want to.
But then
That's
like,
great. See you later.
you're also testing like their critical thinking. It's like, why is this person agreeing with me, even though he stands for something else, kind of thing. But like they wouldn't. Most of them would just like, just walk away. So
I feel like the campaign really helped me develop my ability to judge people.
yeah,
Like
same
very
here.
quickly. It's like, okay, you see a guy walking up to you. Okay, what kind of person is this? Like, should I bother putting effort trying to convert this person, right? And because I was just talking to random people so much, like you get better at it, over time.
Oh yeah.
And so, and now, I don't. It's not perfect now, but I think I have a better idea, like who's what. That's useful for anything, really.
Yeah, I would say with that experience, it helped with my emotional intelligence, how to gauge people, how they're feeling.
Oh dang, I miss those days, man.
Me
I remember
too.
coming home and being like, I gotta go, Yang people. I gotta get out of here. Bye, family. I go. I don't know where, but I'm gonna go.
I think it'll come back eventually. It's just right now is a really weird.
It's a really weird time.
And then maybe some people are a little disillusioned by some of the realities that happen in campaigns, but it's really not that bad, man. Really, Yang Gang is the best place to be.
It was such a fun bubble.
It was.
It was
Let's create another bubble. We're making our own bubble right now.
I know we are.
I know.
We are. We totally are.
Look at the three of us talking about reasonable things in a reasonable way. Like this is not normal. Okay.
But no, really, like it introduced me to so many like different and intelligent people who like were able to share their interests with me, and I really feel like I have leveled up in my life because of like the people that like Andrew Yang introduced to me. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like I made new friends. I got my job because of the Yang Gang, and really like the next job. I just got a job, by the way.
Oh, congrats, man.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Cheers to that, man.
I'm something of something.
Cheers.
So I'll let you guys know. but yeah, it came because of this. Like so. I feel like it made my life better
Oh, definitely.
That's good.
Yeah, there's no denying it, I think.
Yeah.
For like all people. I think a lot of people are jaded just because like, oh whatever,
He
like
did it.
he dropped
He's not. He's
out.
not the president.
You know, his team wasn't perfect and like
Yeah.
all this stuff. There's so many excuses to like not appreciate like the experience that it brought us. But I think it's like undeniable, like the collective passion that like everybody felt. It was literally life changing for like
Yeah.
so many people.
Yep.
And I don't know. I see people like neglecting that or like forgetting it. And
Yeah,
I
taking it
don't
for
I don't want
granted.
to forget it. Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
don't want
yeah.
to take it for granted because it really did change my life. And like sometimes I feel a little silly or like a little bit of a loser, like for it to still have like relevance to me like every day.
Right.
But it does. It literally changed my entire life. And my entire friend group are all because of Yanking. And I'm so thankful for it.
That's
I
good.
am too.
Yeah.
For me, I took that energy of like, leadership and communication, and I made it into like my own thing for Twitch, which was really interesting because like
Yeah.
that's how like I got in contact with
Oh,
Crystal and got in contact with you guys. So
you're honestly like a different person now than when I
really,
first started talking to you. Yeah. It's like I don't want to embarrass you.
I still hate plumbers, by the way.
Oh, you fucking plumber. Okay, you haven't grown up there, but that's okay. No, but it's like in the beginning, you're I would say pretty shy, pretty
Really?
reserved. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like over time, as I got to know you, you started like this podcast
Right.
you're doing right now. It's a recent thing, right?
I
Or are you doing
started
it
it.
always?
Well, I restarted it after New Year's, but my first episode
Okay.
was around the fall, so it's still pretty new.
Yeah, right. But I feel
We're
like
episode 8. We're
Yes.
episode 8,
Yes.
right? That's new.
That is new.
We're in
right?
the single digits.
Yeah.
It's very fresh, okay?
So I feel like over time you gain confidence just to talk about yourself a little bit more and like push things out there. And
Yeah.
I've noticed that, right? Just because you're there every fucking day, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
I gotta thank you for it, but you were there
thank you.
every
Yeah.
day when I was streaming last year. I was, I'm glad you were there, of course, but
No, for me, I just needed a friend to like talk about Yang stuff.
yeah,
There was like no one around here in real
there
life,
was
so.
there was no one out there for a while.
But my purpose for this podcast was not just to talk about myself, but I was also generally curious. So I'm like very open to learning, and what better way to like just have a podcast with people and learn about crypto, politics, and ASMR, and just like talking to people directly who are in that field right now is like the best way for me to learn. Plus, like I have to like tell myself like I gotta get back into music as well too. But like music is something you have to feel, and it's also a performance for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hard to get the motivation sometimes.
You've been producing? I know you said you wanted to work on something.
So I have been producing, but I haven't released any content yet, and I've been self-teaching myself production. So that's a
Awesome.
process in the background. And what I do miss was when this pandemic started, I told myself it's like, all right, I'm gonna release like a mix every week. And then what I noticed was I started getting better. I started paying attention more, like how my transitions were, the feel of the music and all that stuff. And what was really cool was it got me a slot in one of the like biggest internet radio stations, and I was like, holy shit. And I'm playing with like these big name DJ. It was like a little mini festival, but it was on our internet radio station. And it to me felt honoring because like not only did I played alongside them, I also got to learn how to mix better once I was listening to their mixes as well too. So
That's awesome.
yep. And then for me, like this whole Twitch streaming thing, I know I said my origins like many times in episodes, but for me, like I don't really care about getting big on Twitch or whatever. It's more to me like a online diary or a video log. And the when you look back at it, like you notice your growth. So that's why the thing that I do what I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But with you, ASMR is pretty interesting because I don't really get the chills, but with certain sounds I do. Like what was really cool was like you would just have this bubble wrap and it's just like fun to hear for me. So I'm like, oh,
Right? It just sounds so good. It just sounds so good, right?
it's like,
Yeah, you don't have to overthink it.
yeah, like you don't really have to overthink it. To me, it's like just a sensation. I can almost say it's like audio crack to me every time you pop a bubble on the plastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like white noise and company.
Yeah.
And basically we just wanted to, like create like a very like comfortable space for people to come and hang out and relax and just chat and all that.
Yeah.
Like no pressure, like we're just having fun, hanging out. Like hopefully we can build some community and make people feel good.
Oh yeah. Do you guys have a Discord yet for your community?
Not yet. Not yet. No, I have like a long list of things that I need to do.
Yep.
So I need a Discord. I need like emotes for my subscribers. I need to create like subscriber perks on my channel, like channel goals. Like there's so much that needs to be done.
Website.
Yeah, I'm working on the website right now.
Yep.
Like trust. We have like a whole like
No, we're trying to do it seriously. Like we have a lawyer we're talking to.
Wow.
So he's gonna help us businessify.
Yeah.
Business is that a word?
Yeah, because usually people would have like teams or just like a social media team, a production team, but like everything is like on you. But it's pretty cool because it's almost like you're your own entrepreneur doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that it is personal.
Right.
It comes from the person who has like certain intentions and all that.
Yeah, I was telling Christopher, who's our lawyer, by the way, but he so we are doing this ASMR thing, but at the same time, we're not doing it in the usual way, right? Like, how many ASMR artists is a duo? One, right? Not many,
not many,
or none, right?
I've never seen
probably zero.
Sorry, I've never seen another
I've never seen even So it's always done alone. The other thing is like, I think we're aiming for something a little bit more wholesome. What a lot of other people are doing, right? Like, are we? I don't know where it is, but it's up to her, honestly. But like yeah, like for example, we have your mom on stream all the time, right? It's like, hey, how's it going, Joelle? And you're like, hey, mom, and so I feel like there's also a pent up demand for that, right? Because if you look out on the news and look at Trump or Biden or anyone, honestly, it's just Hollywood has like what Harvey Weinstein, right? Like it's just like all fucked up. Like, and I do think there's a pent up demand for something more positive, wholesome,
Yeah, it's like healthy escapism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. What I like,
I see Andrew Yang is kind of like that too, right? Because he's like, hey, I'm happily married and I love my wife. Not like those fuckers over there, right, running the show, right?
Yeah, I feel like people miss that kind of stuff too. So
really do.
It's nice to have that, especially like I guess now with like the younger generation, they don't really see the Hollywood people as much as we used to. So they're their attention is more towards like whoever's on social media, the TikToks and Instagram stuff these days.
Mhm.
So I really think we're.
It kind of adds. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to finish. So I really think we're creating a new media for the next generation of, media.
Mhm.
Yeah. What are you gonna say?
What I was gonna say about like with like the TikTok and social media and stuff, I feel like it makes people feel like even more competitive. Like
Yeah.
normal people is like seeing other people as their peers, and it's like more competitive and like more damaging to a person's esteem.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like
Actually, I
even
agree with
me,
that.
like even me, like I'm an adult and I see like young girls on TikTok or whatever,
It's like, hey, I'm hotter than you. I'm
Oh
Yeah.
cuter
no.
than you. I'm more witty.
Uh-huh. Like and it's very manufactured, but like I don't know. It feels very like icky and eerie.
It does.
And
So what if you win?
but what if you win?
What if you're winning at the game? Doesn't that feel good?
I would hope so. But that's the thing is like I don't think it does.
It
I
doesn't,
I don't think
because
it does.
there's always a price to pay when you're at the top. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just really want to keep things like super real.
Yeah.
With us, like and like really like maintain like the human aspect of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I would say, as long as you stay away from drama. I know it's so tempting, but like all the clickbait stuff is like based on drama these days.
She's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Avoiding drama. Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Yeah.
True.
I think we're very. I've been hanging out with her for quite a while now, but yeah, it's kind of weird like how similar we are in a lot of ways, and that's probably what makes it work. It's, I don't like drama either, and I want to be around people who are relatively reasonable. She comes to meetings on time. That's weird. Like,
right, like, I come to meetings on time.
she
I
comes
follow
on
up
time.
with emails.
Yeah, I know. She's like, hey, I
check
can't make
in.
it today. I'm just letting you know. I'm like, oh, thanks for letting me know instead of leaving me out on the dark and not telling me. Right? It's just like basic things like that.
That's good
Small
though.
things. Right? It's good. It adds up.
It does. It's the work ethic of it, because like from my perspective, like, okay, you DM me, it's like, oh, let's arrange it at this time. Like for me, I can tell it's like you want to put your energy into this as much as I do, and I can really appreciate that in a person I'm like collaborating or working with. So thanks, Joelle.
Honestly, I feel bad because you're welcome, but I don't get notifications from Discord, so I forget that I messaged you.
Oh.
And then I'm like, dang, I haven't heard from JoJo in a while. Like, why isn't he getting back to me? I'm like, oh my fucking god, it's because I don't have notifications.
But you
on.
try,
Yeah.
try.
The effort is definitely there, and I appreciate you too, JoJo. Like, you've been
Yeah.
supporting me since I started streaming and everything. You're always there, and I really appreciate the mutual support. I love what you do, and you make me feel really good.
Thank you.
So,
That's good.
Yeah, like I always want to elevate Yang Gang, man. Like I feel like I owe it to them because they gave me this energy, and I want to give back to them because I know what they can do with it. We can empower each other.
Definitely.
Yeah. What else is there to talk about? I don't know.
I don't know. What time is it?
What time is it? Are you guys streaming tonight?
Is it?
What's with you?
No, we're not doing. This is.
Yeah, you have our individual attention.
Awesome.
We've been talking for like an hour and a half already. Yeah, I guess we could do until 8 or something, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you have any other questions?
I don't know. Do you have any questions for me? Because I'm very open to having questions asked as well too.
Questions for you,
yes.
JoJo? I need to pee so bad.
You have to pee? Go ahead. Go for it.
Why don't you go?
Is that okay? It's gonna feel so weird when I take off my headphones because it's so immersive.
No, it's fine. I can have.
I could get a bucket.
No, a bedpan,
Just-
please. No, I'll be right back. You guys
Okay,
talk,
okay,
okay?
okay.
Yes, I have my
Yeah,
time
we
with Ryan.
Walk over by the laundry. But...
Oh my god. I'll get that when I come back.
Okay, okay.
My
Okay,
shirt.
let's talk about her while she's gone. Okay.
All right, we can talk about it while she's gone.
Talk about me.
So Joelle. Okay, please leave the room.
Okay, I'm leaving.
So Joelle, no.
I think you told me this before, but I forgot what you said. Why did you change your name from Yimby Arts to Fourth Industrial Revolution?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I'll give you a quick answer is that okay, I feel like Fourth Industrial Revolution kind of actually it's a better representation of the things I talk about because like housing stuff is like one part of many things that I do, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the Fourth Industrial Revolution, it really encompasses like everything.
Right. I agree.
That's one reason. But the I mean, if you want to get into the details, the real reason is because I supported the YIMBY movement, and I still do. I support what they do. They're very good policy people. But I applied for a job at one of the organizations around here, and my thing was that I thought that we needed to reach out to the small business communities in order to win the votes that we needed.
Mhm.
Get our legislation passed, but they didn't want to do it.
Oh.
They are policy people. Most of them are like they went to college, they studied political science, they have aspirations of working in government or being a politician themselves, and they are allergic to business. So
basically, they don't like money.
yeah, so what happened was that I wrote an article saying that hey, bees, we get accused of being shills for real estate developers all the time. And I'm like, why don't we just accept that? Because they're going to say that anyway. You
Right.
might as well just be like, yeah, well, yeah, let's take the money. Oh yeah, we talked about this before. Yeah,
Yeah, we did.
Take the money, man. Just take the money
Yeah.
and be like, fuck you. And then that's what I did actually. I after I quit after the campaign was over, I started working for a real estate developer, literally.
Mm.
I'm taking their money. I'm taking his money. I'm
The
taking
irony.
his money. And then what? Did that change anything? Did they be like, "Oh, Ryan, you're a shill for developer now"? I'm like, "Yeah." So what? Right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I'm gonna say that anyway. Most people in the middle who are undecided, they don't give a shit.
Right.
They're like, yeah, take the money. Why? Like everybody does it. So I feel like I reached the point in that side of my political activism where I'm just like, unless you guys change, there's really nothing much I can do to help, So if they wanted me to go out and talk to real estate developers or people who want to give us money from the business world, I can do that for them. I don't think they're interested in that. So yeah, they're doing it in a different way. So
I see.
I feel like that's why I'm keeping a little bit of distance now. It's nothing personal.
It sounded like you're taking the pragmatic approach and they didn't really agree with it.
Yeah, they're too idealistic.
Yeah.
And so, but last year, man, Prop 15, it failed by like 2 points.
Ooh.
And if we had taken it more seriously, I think we would have won. But right now.
Welcome back, Joelle.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thanks. I had a great pee.
Yeah, the great pee.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you makes a sound. Is that? Or was I imagining that?
Did you heard me pee? I hear you.
No. I heard like yeah or something like that.
And I was in the toilet.
Was that used? Was that used?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I was dead silent.
Okay.
That's all in your imagination.
Maybe it came from outside. I swear I heard. Yeah. No. Okay.
Oh, can I pitch you guys some ideas for the ASMR stuff?
Hell yeah.
Oh, sure.
Oh, so I have this idea. Since we're talking about peeing, you could pour like a teapot into a cup, like very slowly, and you hear the dripping. Doo, 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 doo.
Oh.
Awesome.
Ooh, I
like
got a special candle, so we'll probably use it on tomorrow's stream during the affirmations. It's a wood wick candle, and so the wick,
It
the
crackles,
wick,
right?
the wick, yes, the
Yeah.
wick is wood, and then you light it, and it crackles as it burns,
Ooh.
and it sounds so good. So
If you
I'm
put
gonna
it
try
near
it tomorrow.
yeah.
Hopefully, I don't burn the.
Yeah,
burn it.
don't
Yeah,
burn the place down.
You're gonna have a fire damage on the ear.
But any more ideas? Any more ideas?
I like the water. Like water sounds are great for
Mhm.
this kind of thing. So maybe we can think about that.
Yeah, water sounds were always good. Like one, it induces peeing, so it's good for your urinary tract system, and two, it's relaxing.
Sure.
You were doing some stuff with the float, and I
Mhm.
think those sounded pretty good.
Thank you.
Like the ice.
Mhm.
Like you ever done this sound with like your wine glass? It's like I can't do it with this one, but you just
Oh, I don't think is this one. Can you do that with this?
I think this is
I don't think
plastic.
I don't think it's crystal.
no.
Oh, does it have to be crystal?
I think
It's
I
like
don't
the
think it works. These ones are.
yeah, it's like the friction resonates.
Oh, that got close.
What do you mean?
No, I like for a little.
It sounded like it was
for
gonna
a
make
brief
noise.
second. I thought like, oh.
No, that was just me.
I know.
And my vocal talent. Excuse me.
Vocal talent.
Yo, you sing really well.
I think so. Really.
Yeah, I would say so.
Wait, can you put me on a song?
I would if once I get better at producing. But that gives me an incentive. Once I get there, I will contact you.
Yeah. Your singing voice is pretty good. You just need more confidence.
I'm working on it. Okay.
Okay, I'm working on my confidence. Okay.
Yeah. I practice in the shower every day. Okay.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Nice. And I don't know if you ever got into music production, Ryan. Have you?
What do you mean by production?
Like you're on a software, like you already have the keyboards and hardware stuff.
I've done that.
Hmm.
I've done that. I hate it, but I've
You
done
hate it?
You hate it?
No, I'd rather be a performer than a producer.
Yeah, I feel you too. I'm like the same way.
It's like I mean, the part of the reason why we're doing things this way is because I hate editing.
Same.
I'm just like, do one take, and like editing sounds like. I've seen so many examples where people try to use editing to cover the fact that they can't play.
Yeah.
So I don't like that. I just rather, if you're gonna, that's why I like Twitch because it's live. You can't bullshit. What you see is what you get, right? And if you're not the virtuoso of the world, that's fine. But don't try to hide it. Like don't try to hide what you do. Like you can do really good work playing simple things.
Yeah.
But,
I agree.
Yeah, that's why.
Hmm.
But it is a skill, and
It's definitely a skill.
I'm not trying to dog it or anything, but just there is an art to it.
There is.
But it's not something that I do. Yeah, I try to do.
Yeah.
Try to do it,
You're gonna do what?
You want to make NFTs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that takes editing.
Yeah, it does.
And now that you know that I hate it, it's gonna be you.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I will have someone to help me, not you.
Yeah, not
But,
me. Don't ask me.
I'm pretty sure I'll have someone on my team
Mhm.
to help me with editing because I'd much rather be a performer too. I get so much joy out of performing. Editing though is just so.
It's tedious,
And
right?
it just makes you critical of yourself. Like when you're
Yeah.
editing your own work, it makes you like.
Oh, it's hard.
It is.
Hypercritical of like everything that you do. So it
Yeah.
is good to have like a third party edit,
For
I
sure.
guess.
Yeah, you're too close to it. That's the
Mhm.
problem. Because it's like, oh, I wish I sung it a little higher. And you listen to the next day. Oh, I wish I sounded a little. It changes too,
Yeah.
right? Depending on how you're feeling.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I get that too when I'm like releasing my mixes. I'm like, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. But like, if I were
It's the moment you hit send.
right, and then once I send it to a friend, it's like, oh, it's fine. Like, what are you talking about? It's like, no, this is so bad. I should have done this. It's like, no, just release it.
And it's like, no, just shut the fuck up.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Do what you want to do and release it. And then everybody else can be a critic, and then you just be proud of yourself.
Right. And what I learned was like, you're always going to be releasing things, so it doesn't matter. It's just like one thing. So
Mm-hmm.
you can always look back at it, and be like, oh, that was the mix I didn't really like, but check out all these other mixes that I did that was better.
Yeah,
And it's like a good mindset.
Too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, not every single thing can be perfect. And I don't think anything ever is.
Right.
Nothing is ever perfect. For an artist, nothing is ever perfect. All you can do is just like keep creating and then keep improving and,
Yeah, because I like to think we are creators and we have to keep creating, but we can't stay too far back being our own critics. Like, sure, that's good, but like the mindset you want to have is like sure, I want to grow here, but I'll keep note of that and make sure it gets better in the next product that I make.
Yeah, and hopefully you're having fun, right?
Yeah,
I think
that's the number one thing.
That is underappreciated. I feel like like a lot of people, even on Twitch and YouTube and stuff, it's just like how to be a star, how to be a star is just good enough. Like oh, what's the best way to get 10,000 followers or whatever? I'm like, yeah, it's just like you're not doing it for the right reasons, right?
Mm.
And I just like see people in the content space, which is really bizarre, even in the art world. It's really bizarre. They clearly hate everything about what they're doing, but they're there. They have some following, I guess.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like a corporate mindset. It's like, oh, I have to meet this amount of numbers to do this and that.
Right.
It's like, no, just be happy with what you're releasing and have fun.
You're like, what? Be happy with my work? What is that? Like, it's a foreign concept to them, and I see it in the art world all the time too. Like, especially like little kids, they've been like trained to play the violin or whatever since they're like 4, right? And then I hate this shit. I hate this shit. The only reason why I'm, doing is because my mom told me, okay, well, great. My mom hooked me up with like 20,000 followers. I guess I got to do it. And then the moment I had the freedom not do it, they're gone. They're so gone. And they write books about how it sucks. I read a book. Yeah, it's depressing, man. Like it was like this memoir by this virtuoso it is or something. It's like, yeah, I hated every moment of it. I'm so glad I'm working in health insurance now, or something like
God.
that. Yeah.
That's so depressing. It's like, then why do it? You wasted your time then.
It's hard when your parents are there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're making you, and you're like, oh, look at this cute little girl. She's 5 years old, knows how to play Mozart. Then and it just keeps on going, and then the parents egg them on because it's like they're getting some pride or sometimes money from it, and then
yeah, that's so true because at an early age, like I was forced to sing, and even though I liked it and I was good at it, I hated when I was forced to do it, and it was to the point where like I couldn't go to bed until I finished this one song. It's like, I hate this. I don't want to do it anymore.
Oh, really? That happened to you too, huh? Wow.
Yeah. Maybe it's an Asian thing. I don't know.
For me, no, it could be. I was kind of lucky because like I took piano lessons since I was 4. Then like I don't remember exactly. It's all blurry, but I think I told my mom when I was like 7 or 8. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And lucky me, she said okay. And so she stopped. Then she noticed me fucking around on the piano by myself. I was just playing just to have fun. And she's like, "Oh, do you want to do lessons again, Ryan?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I started taking lessons again, and I'm like, "I don't want to do this anymore." And he's like, "Okay." And so I think it's off and on. One thing useful thing was I did get the fundamental, like how to
Right.
play scales and stuff. That was very useful actually, but didn't want to play same old songs.
Right.
And like, so that's why I became a composer, so that I could write my own music, right? And so yeah, it's been interesting. Like I'm mostly self-taught,
Mm.
and I'm terrible at reading music.
Yeah, same here. I'm better at feeling music and hearing
Yeah,
sounds,
same here. Same here.
but I can't read notes for
And
shit.
you put you. Oh, I can, but I don't want to do it.
You're lazy.
No. Well, I start criticizing it.
Really?
Yeah, no,
Mm.
because it's just like, yeah, this chord could have been better if you moved it over here. You know, I'm just like, and it gets in the way. And, you know, it's like working at a job that you're.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, so it's been interesting. So I decided to focus solely on improv. Uh, for like, oh, the only way you can get a job in the music business is to play other people's music, Ryan. And I don't want to do that. I'd rather work at a regular job than do that. That was my decision. But I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the path I chose to take.
For some reason, I've always felt like other people always know better than me. Like, I don't know anything, and so I never understood how to have like my own emotions in like through music. Like
Mm.
I love to sing, I love listening to music, but I felt like I had to learn emotion like through music. And something my mom always tried to teach me was like sing it with the emotion, sing it with feeling.
And you didn't know
Like
what she was
have it.
saying.
I didn't understand. I didn't
Oh, that's
understand.
interesting.
Yeah, all I got from it was like, these are the
Words.
notes and the
Mm.
technique
Yeah.
and the notes and whatever, and then I would just like repeat it.
I see.
And as I've gotten older, I've like come more and more in touch with my own emotions and have been able to now understand like where those artists were coming from and now like apply it to my own experiences, like as I've experienced new things in life, you know.
That's interesting. From what I saw this video where it it was playing Mozart, and it was like a software, or it was like a robot. It played all the notes perfectly, but you could tell it was like a robot just by how they pressed the notes,
Yeah.
and it just didn't sound
It's
natural to me.
I mean, it's really easy to get a robotic. You know, even if you're playing someone else's music, like Mozart, Beethoven, or whatever, like the performer's role really is to put themselves into it somehow, right?
Yeah.
And there are things, even when you play the notes exactly right, that you can do that change the interpretation, right, of the
Mhm.
piece. So you can play it in a goofy way, you can play it in a serious way, you can play it in a light-hearted or heavy, whatever, right? And those things matter.
Right.
Not as much as writing your own song, but can still affect the outcome, right, of
Right.
how people feel about it. So, and so no, there's something to that. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, even though I'm like, I don't want to be in classical music anymore, but like, um, there's an art to it. Right?
Mm.
There is.
Well, people live in this world where they don't have much decisions, but they can affect the outcome of certain things just by their interpretation. I think that's what classical music is about, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I don't listen to a lot of classical music these days, but I do listen to a lot of
You don't
trance,
have
which is like it's like the modern
I want to
electronic
disrupt
classical music.
Okay.
Wait, I totally agree. I
Yeah,
think EDM and especially trance are like modern symphonies.
they are.
Yeah.
So
Video game
beautiful.
music is doing really well.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
I love video game
Yeah,
music.
video game music and electronic, combined could be like very, very interesting. But still a very new thing, right? Like,
It's still very yes.
relatively speaking, right? So,
And I remember, Ryan, you showed me Beardy Man that one time. Like, wow,
Oh yeah, that was
guy's
that.
awesome.
What's his name?
Beardy man?
Man, I
What?
totally. Oh, Hank. Hank. No, Hank was my first owner, and he's a Trump supporter. Okay, from
Okay.
the Netherlands.
Oh, okay. So
And
not
he-
really a Trump supporter.
Not really, but you know, he thought he likes Trump, and he's
Mhm.
on, and he would come in, and we would have like, you know, pretty intense disagreements about housing. He would just like try to mock my position a lot. Yeah. Then he gave me $5. It was like, no, like I don't like UBI, and you know I think UBI is dumb, but you're a great guy, Ryan, and you know thank you for like being intellectually honest, unlike those other fuckers on Twitch. You know, like Twitch politics was pretty nasty. I won't lie,
It
but
was,
it's nasty. It's still nasty.
still is.
Yeah, but he was like, yeah, thanks for talking to me in good faith. I'll give you $5. Luck, you know, and I'm like, hey. He was the guy that turned me on to Beardy Man.
Oh, yeah.
Beardy Man is kind of like an English white version of Reggie Watts. Makes sense. You know who Reggie Watts is? You know who Reggie
Yeah,
Watts?
that's the guy that Lauren was saying her son had a.
You don't know who Reggie Watts is?
Doesn't he make music? He's a big black guy with the afro.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then he's like really good at
And-
improv. Yeah, he does a. How do I describe him? He's a. How would you? You know who he is, right?
Yeah,
How
he
would you
does.
describe Reggie Watts.
He does a lot of improv with like different instruments. I think, right?
He beatboxes.
Okay.
And he puts it in his sampler loop thing.
Okay.
And he's able to like create these amazing songs like right on the spot with his voice.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be like making drum sounds, and then he'll be singing, and he loops it all together. It all comes together, and it's kind of funny because he's also a comic, right? Oh, Beardy Man is kind of like that. They're both very, very talented. Like it's amazing what they can do. But yeah, but he turned me on to that guy. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good actually. You know? So tying into what we do,
Hmm.
how do I do that?
Right.
How do
What do
I
you mean?
sample? I've been looking for ways how to sample things.
What do you mean sample?
So what I'm gonna do is you're gonna be like
You want to loop it?
you're gonna make a sound.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna capture it, and I'm gonna put it in my keyboard.
Oh.
And it'll be
Oh,
like meow, you know, the Joelle meow.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And I can play a
Wait, that would
Yeah,
be super
right?
dope. Because
That-
you know how there's like that one pack on your keyboard that's like all choral sounds, right?
Oh.
and
It's
it can be
choir,
your voice.
but it can be my voice, right? This is genius.
But I gotta find the right plugin for that.
Ha 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 ha. Ha, ha.
Yeah. It could be anything, right? It could be like
cool.
you could make like a sound and turn that into like a
but it'd be just like
hi-hat.
all me. I'm really down to experiment with that somehow and turn it into a pack or whatever. And like
and you could sell it too
exactly
with crypto.
Yeah.
Crypto, right? It's all
Yeah.
coming together.
That'd be really cool.
So yeah, there's a lot we could do with this.
Wait, JoJo moved on to a beer.
Oh, sorry. I ran out of wine, so I'm drinking a Schafferhofer.
There's
There's a little bit more wine left. Do you want some?
No.
Oh.
It's a grapefruit beer blend.
There's only this much.
Yeah, you can have it.
Wait, should I finish this?
Yeah,
It's
go
fine.
for it.
You should fit it. Well, if you want to split it.
Okay,
If
right.
you want.
This.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a really cool idea because I've seen one of my favorite artists was Skrillex. He would do that stuff, like the vocals and octaves.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
This
Bottle's so cute. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping every bottle you give me.
Okay.
Like I don't know. Yeah. Did you see like the cat bottle from my last
Yeah.
stream?
Oh, wait,
I saw that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
put them. I'll probably. I don't know if they fit up there, but I'll like try to.
Okay.
Really cute.
Yeah, like I have a bunch of wine bottles here from like me streaming and like I don't know if I'm like turning into an alcoholic or anything.
Are Are you?
Are
You can be
you?
honest.
Be
Are
careful
you?
now.
I don't think so. Like,
But a lot of people are doing the same thing as you, man. Like it's weird where you have like
yeah, because there's like, there's
like what
nothing.
we're doing now, right?
Yeah, there's like nothing for me to do. I don't go out to any bars or
Yeah.
anything. I just stream, perhaps play music or do a podcast and drink some
It's a weird
alcohol.
thing, and then like, I've seen people do like virtual happy hours and stuff. But
Yeah.
when you really think about it, it's really you drinking alone in your room.
Oh man, that's so sad because I have
on Zoom on Zoom, but you're on Zoom, so it's okay, right?
I have a good friend on Twitch and he likes to stream on Fridays and he likes to call it Whiskey Fridays. And whenever
Wait, is that
that's
hugs? Free
yeah,
hugs?
free hugs for free. So whenever he would do his Whiskey Fridays, like all I have to do for him to drink with me is type "Cheers, hugs," and then you see him lift his cup. He's like, "Cheers, JoJo," and he drinks. It's like, oh, that's so cool. It's like I have
So
someone to drink
cute.
with.
Aw.
Yeah.
No, I don't like alcohol that much. I only drink like every once in a while, or like if I'm with friends. It's like I'm more of like a social
This
drinker.
is the first drink I've had.
Same. I'm a social drinker as well too.
Actually, last week.
Also,
Okay.
I'm probably gonna.
I drink when I eat out.
That's
Mm.
good. I'm probably gonna drink again tomorrow too, because I have a guest tomorrow and he's a heavy drinker.
Okay.
Ooh, fun.
I'm gonna be taking
Does
shots.
It does loosen up the conversation a bit, which is some, they could say.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
I mean, it's either that or weed. I could probably smoke since it's legal
I
here,
would not.
but
You wouldn't do an interview on weed?
No,
Oh,
I would not. I would not. I hate even going out.
That sounds like not that great. It sounds like not very positive.
I smoke when I want to be like, okay, I'm done with the world today.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna like watch TV or play video games, and I'm done.
Mhm.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah,
uh,
I get that. I understand.
for me,
I can't remember the last time I smoked weed, but I
Yeah,
understand that feeling.
But
for me, it
it's like
depends.
but I don't get the people who are like, okay, I'm high now. Let's go outside.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm like,
Yeah.
"Why?"
It's like, all right, let's go. No,
So there's so many like TikToks and stuff right now. Like that's a meme. It's like, oh, you want to go do this, but can we smoke first? But can we smoke first? I'm like, I can't relate to that.
I can't either.
Yeah.
If I smoke, I just want to go to sleep.
Mhm.
Right.
And like go to sleep to make it go away, to make it stop. That's me. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Like I haven't done weed in a very, 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 very long time.
Okay, do you
like,
want to do it right now?
No. No. No thanks. No, thank you. I have other
I can
options.
get.
I'm good.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like it's like literally been years. At recent times that I did, it was like, okay, I'm high now. Let me go to sleep and make this just like go away. I don't want to.
You don't like it, yeah?
Deal with this. Yeah.
I don't like it either that much.
Depends
part
for
of
me.
Part of me likes the anxiety it produces because normally I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, and it's a different.
Makes you feel something.
Yeah, I feel like I understand.
You feel like you're in your own world.
Yeah, there's that, and then makes music sound better.
It always does.
I also feel like I understand anxious people a little bit more.
Yeah.
Most if I was sober all the time, I'm like, yeah, your feelings don't matter at all. Sorry, but maybe I can be like a little bit mean that way, but it doesn't. But on the other hand, if you're struggling and you're having trouble, I don't want to be. So it's a mixed bag for me.
When I first smoked weed, like when I was like really into it, like in college, it helped me actually overcome my anxiety.
Really?
Yeah. Like I had pretty bad anxiety like in high school and in the beginning of college, And then I felt like smoking weed was like also social. It was like a hobby.
Oh, I see.
And like it helped me like meet other people who were usually easy to get along with and like aligned with my values and whatever. And it helped me to like get out of my shell a little bit and like overcome like social anxiety and like all those things. I thought that I would never stop. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna always smoke weed the rest of my life. Yeah. And then I got to a point where I was like, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah. People have different. Everyone's on a different path, you know. So
for me, I always say it's like I don't really need it anymore, but if I have it, it's a bonus. Yeah, like for me, like I do get the social anxiety, but like I just get really into my own world. Like if I'm feeling the music, I'm just like grooving kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And then it makes me want to like be productive and create stuff depending. Like I either want to do art or like do yoga. Like it's feels so good like stretching. It's like
you're such a hippie.
I know, man.
I think we both are. That's why we bonded.
We all are. Hello.
Hello.
Some people are not.
We all three of us. Not the world in general. The three of us here.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Marianne, talk about more about crystals, man. You know, like, I was kind of into it, you know, like
keep going, don't stop.
Don't stop. I know it doesn't make any sense, but you know, like it's not rational. It's not rational, and people aren't rational. Like, human beings are not rational creatures. I'm sorry,
they're not.
They're emotional creatures.
And we gotta admit, you know, like you gotta admit that. If you don't admit that, then you're gonna be misled. I feel it's harder for guys to do because guys are trained to think that they don't have emotions, but that's not true. I've seen a lot of guys freak out over stupid shit.
Yeah. I feel like that's also like a taboo too. It's like guys can't have these emotions. Like what the hell? It's like yes we can.
I mean it's just like even if it's anger,
right?
Admit it, man. Anger just
it's an emotion.
You're pissed.
Yeah.
You're pissed about that guy running over your lawn or whatever. I don't know. But just admit it. You know, and then once you let it out, it's like, okay, I'm pissed.
What?
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can end it.
Right.
If you just like don't talk about it at all, it just keeps on going and going and going, and you hold a grudge for years. It's a waste of time. Not efficient.
I feel like that's our that's the build up for like all the mental health issues that guys get.
Yeah. Oh no, it took me a while to like overcome that too. You know, like I grew up in my dad's an engineer, so
yeah. Like for me, like I was always like I think it was my parents. It was like they always told me it's like boys don't cry, and then I grew up thinking that, but it was like wait,
really?
Yeah, it's so weird. I'm like wait, it's like if we're not. Yeah, something like that. It was like some sort of
right?
quote unquote toxic masculinity thing that I'm supposed to hold up, but I'm like, the fuck? It's like I'm allowed to cry, I'm allowed to feel these things. And these things aren't really me, I'm just like experiencing it as a human being kind of thing. Yeah. So I don't know.
It's just different. It's different to like crying versus letting it run your life.
Right.
But I feel like not talking about it is a way to let it run your life. Right? Let your emotions run your life, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So
like you have to experience it like as it's happening and like let it run its course rather than like repressing it, and then it becomes like part of your identity and like how you live like everyday life.
Yeah. And I feel like even with like the the woke stuff that are like on the internet all the time.
It's too woke for me.
Yeah. No, but it's not like they're talking about how they feel. They're talking about all these...
how other people should feel.
Right. So in a way, they're the ones that are repressing themselves, right?
Yeah, because they're projecting it to the world.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mhm.
like there's all these issues that they don't really want to talk about, so they go out on the internet and just like project their
Mhm.
shit onto others, and yeah, so it's weird, man. It's
Yeah.
weird.
It's really interesting to see, and it's really interesting to see like who gets swept up in it and who doesn't. And
Right.
I think the people who like take pride in identifying as like woke and like, oh, other people are woke and whatever, they feel really good about themselves. They feel like they're empathetic to other people's struggles and stuff. But I don't know, as a person who's a little bit removed from that, and I feel like I'm like looking from the outside, I just see people who are, not healed or whatever from their traumas,
Yeah.
and just like, I don't know, finding other things to care about rather than like addressing their own personal issues. If that makes
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, because I believe we're transitioning into it's like kind of sad. It's like a society of like loneliness because of that. Or I think it's like part of it. It's
Yeah.
contributing to it.
That's always been a thing though. Like uh modern life gives you more autonomy,
Right.
but the side effect of that is like it makes you feel more lonely because like in the past we were literally relying on each other.
Yeah, we were hunters and gatherers.
Yeah, and if everyone wasn't doing their job, everyone's dead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Whole tribe dies, right? Now we have little we're in a we have a little bit more access to food and shelter and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
and we're
But
transitioning
it's
to
not
like automation as well too. So
right. Yeah, that just makes
yeah,
it even more right. Like, are you going to ever interact with a human being ever again? Right. That's a thought. Right.
it
Yeah.
is.
People have right now, right?
Yeah.
Like, especially during the lockdown, it's just like, am I ever going to interact with another human being ever again? Because like when I go to the bank, all the customer care is all automated.
Mm.
I can't go and call you up and tell you about my personal problems. Tech support guy,
Mm.
used to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I still miss that because whenever like I would go to the
Do that.
bank. Like sure I have the option to like go to an ATM, but like I would just go inside the bank just to talk to someone. It's like, "Oh, hey man, how was your day?" And then, they give me my check whatever. And then we'd have a short conversation and that was that. I'm like, it's pretty sad. It's like that used to be the highlight of my day.
Actually,
Just that human
did,
interaction. Yeah, yeah.
When we went to Whole Foods? When we went to Whole Foods?
Oh yeah, you were talking with a guy,
yeah,
right?
those two guys, they were so cute. They were so cute, like talking to me and stuff, and like I don't know, it was so fun.
Yeah,
Talk to new people.
I try to like even during the I try to go out at least once a day.
Okay.
So like today I went to Ralph's, right?
Mhm.
And well, it was nothing, but the guy scanning my groceries and seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, he probably is. He's probably
Yeah,
a nice
yeah.
guy.
I mean, and so I just thought, we didn't even say anything, but
Mhm.
like, just like, oh yeah, this is nice. And so I'm not a huge. I'm an introvert. I don't
Yeah.
like going out
Same
that
here.
much. But once in a while, everyone needs it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? I'm doing fine. Cool. I'll see you later. Sometimes that's all you need, right?
Yeah, that's all you need. It's like, well, that was my day. I had my human interaction.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
man.
kind of like, yeah, but hopefully with the stuff we're doing now, like, can bring that feeling right into, if you agree or not. But I just feel like interactions we have on our stream are authentic,
Yeah.
and they're real, right? We try to make it as real as possible, even if it's virtual. Like,
Right.
hey, you're talking to a human being. So
I think that's what like we most desire, right? We most desire like belonging, community,
and in a way that's not fake, because there's a lot of fake shit out there, you know.
Yeah, there is.
It's like, okay, I found the 5 keywords that a person like yourself should be
You're
interested
talking about
in.
OK Cupid?
Let's go pick you. That's all the dating app. That's why I don't go on there anymore, man.
I can't do dating apps either.
Oh, they're not very good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And
Yeah.
and they're designed people who are lonely, so that doesn't work. It's like I remember. I'll admit that I tried out a dating service once when I had some money coming in, and like they're terrible. Like they're the worst, man. I'm like, okay, Ryan, what are you interested in? Fill in this form. I'm like, aren't you gonna even try to get to know me at all? Like, no, fill in the form.
No, well, that's why they need you to fill in the forms to get to know you.
I don't think
It's
so.
not like they get to know you and then they fill in the form on your behalf.
That's how they should do it.
No.
No. Anyway, it was a ripoff. It was a waste of time. I got a few awful dates from it. They're like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I could talk about it. Like, first of all, it was like this Asian girl, and then she was like, had nothing in common, and like, it wasn't even close. Okay?
How old was she?
I don't even know. I didn't care.
What was the percentage match?
No. This was a service. Okay.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be like premium.
They don't tell you like what percent you match?
No, it was just like, okay, we're gonna get a person and we're gonna match up to your dream date, and then or whatever. Right? I don't even remember. So I was like, okay, well, I got nothing to lose, so try it out. This is in the Bay Area too. That makes it worse. But like, I was like, okay, we're hanging out, and I'm like, hey, so crypto. And anyway, it was just boring and nothing happened, and yeah, we never followed up. That was fine. And I was like, okay, well, I had to put a lot of effort on my part because they wouldn't ask me any question. Like, okay, I like crazy white girls. So
wait, you said that to the service or to your date?
To the service.
Oh my god.
So okay, okay. I didn't quite word it that way, but I like, white people who are just like, well, I was just talking about my ex. Okay, honestly, but
oh my god,
it's not that crazy actually. It's a little crazy,
a little eccentric,
eclectic. Yeah. So anyway, they hooked me up with this Jewish girl,
white Jew,
very good looking, but again, it was just like not even close. Like it wasn't even within the same universe.
Maybe according to her profile, you her.
Yeah, according to the keyword matches and blah blah blah. But it's like it doesn't work like that, man.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You have to get to know someone first. Like, the best way to do that is to do things in life.
Right.
Not sit at your home and then fill in the profile, right? Like I feel like a lot of people do that. Like, okay, if I just fill in the profile correctly, I'm going to find my soulmate. Right?
No, it's like you have to know yourself really well.
Yeah, you have to know yourself really well for one. And you need to go out in the world and do things
that you like.
That you like
that
doing.
You like.
Yeah, you like doing. Yeah. And so it's been really hard because you can't do that now.
That is true.
So
unless you like to stay in and do drugs.
Hey,
if that's your whole life.
I'm down with that.
Other problems.
But yeah.
Everyone can be a professional cosmonaut or whatever you call it.
Oh,
right?
Psychonaut.
Yeah. So, hey, I get paid to do a lot of drugs. Oh, good.
I've met one of those.
Hey, really? Oh.
Yeah. So I had a buddy of mine. He liked to call himself like the Marco Polo of like psychedelics. I'm like, what are you doing, man? It's like, I don't know, man. I'm exploring the outer universe of like what do you? Oh man.
Of the mind.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. It's like, okay, well, tell me how that goes. Because I don't think I could explore that much. right now
Is he still alive?
yeah
Is he alive?
Is he still alive?
he is alive and he's in Australia. He owns a crystal shop.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
Of course he
man.
does.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I hope his crystal shop is doing amazing.
I'm sure it is
He
too.
probably is.
He's awesome.
I'm pretty
yeah.
is.
He's also a trance producer, so he's in the
everybody's
music
gotta
world.
Find their thing, right? And,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not against that. Everybody's gonna find their thing. But see, good for him. He's out there owning a crystal shop. That's not easy.
Yeah,
Right?
that's your own
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
He's a business owner. He's doing
Mhm.
something with his life and a lot of drugs.
He just found that way to do both.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I know. Yeah. It's interesting, but I think that's part of the. It's like I think the internet has this tendency to give people false hope that
Yeah.
all they gotta do is fill in the right form and they're gonna be happy, right?
That's like
Sorry,
that's like one part. Like there's so many parts, like the interaction,
internet
like
is a supplement to your life.
Yeah.
Not life itself. And so
because there's
what
like
is it? Yeah, we can't go anywhere.
there's like so many little things of like what it is to be like a human. It's like how well they deal with stress, like how well they treat the waiter. That's one thing you have to like get to know a person with, because you can tell like how they are and how they operate through like stress and how they interact with other people.
Yeah.
For me, I just use dating apps as like social media. I just plug in my social media in there. It works.
Yeah, that actually works.
Yeah.
Should I?
Yeah,
No,
you guys should do that.
Fuck.
It's like we're looking. You have a picture. It's like, yeah, we're looking for a third, and then go here. I've seen those profiles.
I am that profile.
No, I've seen that.
No, but
I
you
got
know what?
asked into one.
Oh, really?
No, I was like, no.
No?
We're like, no.
No.
Literally?
No. This was like on OkCupid, and then like
Oh.
there's this person who was
Pansexual,
Pansexual?
polyamorous.
And
polyamorous.
Yeah, there you go.
They're probably both those
and they're like,
things.
hey, is it okay if I'm seeing this other guy at the same time? I'm like, no.
Oh.
And I said no. Okay, fine. And like, but it was like that was a weird one. It's like she gave me a. Oh, I was talking to her for a little while.
She gave you a what?
She gave to hold on, I'm getting to it. But I was like, okay, so talking just online, right? It's like nothing too serious, but it's like, hey, I'm a gamer. I play this game. It's called Net Hack or something like that. And I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. And I got really addicted to the game. But the date didn't work out, so I was like, okay, thanks for the game recommendation. That's what I got out of
that. She gave you the game recommendation.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the value I got out of it.
That's what she gave you.
That's what she gave me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I've been on OkCupid many times, and they've all been disappointing. Like, I've gotten good dates from it, but then I go on and actually meet them, and there's like nothing there. So
it's hard to meet people that you genuinely connect with.
Yeah,
it is hard,
and that's why it's so significant. Like when you do meet someone that you connect with, but then they turn out to be fucking pieces of shit. Why is that?
Because you're not looking for the right things.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. And it's like, do you sacrifice like your own well-being for like the connection that you have like with these people? And
No.
I mean, my answer is no. My answer is
no.
no.
You shouldn't.
Lots of people do.
But yeah, exactly. Lots of people do, and that's like what makes relationships so complicated, in my opinion.
It is hard.
Like, it's better if you hash that out now than like down the road where you guys have a place and have kids and everything. It gets really complicated.
Yeah. I have a friend who like, he's like older and it's like late 40s, mid 40s, and like wife and kids, has a job, like they got like he's really deep in it, and he's like, hey, actually I think I'm a woman.
Well,
And they're like, oh,
After all that time.
after all that time. And he, he posts, or she, sorry,
she.
she posts things.
Are you still married?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that thing, but like, yeah, and it's very, very, very public.
Interesting.
So
at least they don't feel they need to hide themselves. You know?
That's what they say. Yeah.
So she is, she's realized that she's trans, she's a woman and wants to be seen as a woman.
Mhm.
And instead of hiding herself, she feels comfortable enough to share the transition on social media.
I mean, good for her on that.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's good. Like, it may seem like kind of like overcompensating, if they're kind of like excessive with it.
But it's like years and years of like
yeah,
pent up repression, right?
Yeah.
And her posts are really long.
yeah, she's probably going through a lot.
She's
She's probably going through a whole lot mentally and like questioning every decision.
It's not that I'm unempathetic, but you should know that ahead of time. So
Yeah, just to know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, I think if a person thinks that they are trans, they should confront it as soon as possible.
Yep.
Yeah, not later in life, like once you've like settled down, like bagged a woman and have some kids and all that.
I know,
it's so much more
tough, man. Like,
oh man,
that's hard. Imagine like if your dad.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Bruce Jenner. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god,
it's so complicated.
Dad, now you're my mom.
The sooner the better. The sooner the better, and just be honest with yourself, and get get therapy
or get something.
The longer that you have to like hold in a what feels like a secret and feel ashamed,
that's the tough part.
It's so hard on yourself and to your loved ones too. I think it's unfair to your loved ones and to your friends.
Yeah. So have you heard of like these parents like making their kids trans? It's like what?
Wait, really? That's a thing? People want their kids to be trans?
Something like that. I don't know, but
really? Wow.
I think it's like just based on what I've seen on social media and stuff, it's like as soon as a child expresses that they feel feminine, or they prefer, like, say they're like born male or whatever, and they prefer like girl toys, these parents who are
yeah,
they as soon as they notice that preference, they're like, okay, you're a girl now.
Okay, you're a girl now.
And this is what we're gonna do to make your life as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, you're 5 years old. You know how life works. And
I think that's all very complicated.
Yeah,
it's just a complicated topic in general, and I feel like it's unfair of me, like as a person who identifies like as a cis woman, to like, and someone who knows people who are confused about gender, or people who identify as trans, like their struggle is so different from mine, so it's like really not my place to judge them. But like when you're an adult that has influence on a child's life, it makes it so much. And in my opinion, the first decision should be therapy. If you're questioning that about your child, the first decision should be therapy. Talk to a third party, talk to a specialist, not force your own beliefs on them and make them conform to what like you think is right.
Yeah. Because eventually that child becomes their own person, and they're like, wait, why did my parents make me this way, kind of thing. And it gets really weird and complicated.
Yeah. I'm a guy.
Yep.
You know that.
I'm a guy too.
Gender.
Like, some people have dicks and some people have boobs.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've grown an appreciation to eyeliner. I mean,
really?
yeah. So, Yeah, so whenever I sometimes perform, I like to put the little goth look on me and eyeliner. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm not like full blown drag queen or anything, but I did do drag with on one episode in Halloween.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, I
I've
appreciate
done
like,
that before. I've done that
yeah,
before too.
because it's all like theater and like makeup and all this
Yeah.
performance stuff. It's like,
People said
oh,
I look good.
yeah. People said I looked good, and I understand why K-pop stars do it now too. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it's like,
I don't know.
do I feel like a woman? No, but I am comfortable with my femininity inside myself as a man. That's just me.
As a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. I mean, I personally like I have no problem like being like, yes, I'm a woman. It's like the like as far as sex goes, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
female. But like gender is more complicated, and
Oh,
especially
gender.
Mm.
in our culture, like there's such a divide between like what is like male and female as far as like gender expression goes.
Mhm.
You know, like even our language is gendered. Like
Oh, right,
other
right.
Yeah.
languages like Tagalog,
Spanish.
for example, or yeah, there's not really gendered language, and
Some are more than others.
hmm yeah, it just leads to people having a sense of dysphoria, right? Like that's what makes a person trans,
Yeah.
right?
At the end of the day, does it really matter for most things? Not really.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't know. If you're in a workplace environment, it's like, yeah, get the work done. I don't care who you are, right?
Yep.
If it's like, maybe it gets more complicated in personal relationships because that's a decision, right? But like for most things, like, hey, how's it going? Right? You don't need to even talk about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're trans. Oh, you're gay. You're bi. You're like straight. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just feel like treat everyone
As a human.
as a human
But
being,
it's not
right?
Yeah.
that simple. To us, it doesn't matter, right? To us,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. We don't care. We're happy for you to be who you want to be. But on the personal level, like the people who struggle with dysphoria, the people who are confused about their identity, it's
It's
we
hard.
will
Yeah.
never understand if we don't experience it. We will never understand what it's like to live life every day as a person that has that struggle. Yeah, it's just a very complicated thing, and I definitely empathize with people who are very confused about like how they belong, how they should present.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't have it easy.
I mean, it's almost like drugs. It's like I can't really express it until you've experienced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curious.
Yeah.
What other things do you guys want to talk about, or do you want to ask me? Because I believe we've reached
Do
the
you have questions
2 hour mark, right?
JoJo? Oh yeah, we I think we've just
We've
about
yeah,
we
yeah,
have passed it.
we're way over.
Oh,
Actually.
oh shit.
We've lost Crash's time.
Yeah, we're
My
quite a
bad,
bit
guys.
over.
Sorry.
You're good. No,
No.
I really enjoyed talking with you. Like,
Yeah. Oh wait, so I'm looking for this is for Wendy's campaign, by the way, but
okay.
we're looking for ways to how to market crypto. So uh like okay, don't tell anyone, but Wendy is the campaign I'm working on. We're gonna accept crypto donations very very soon, probably by next week.
Hmm.
So I
Interesting.
think it's okay. So
Yeah.
but we're looking for phrases that crypto people use, like "Hey, to the moon."
To the moon, diamond hands.
Yeah, Diamond Hat. So if you have any suggestions,
For her campaign.
like I started with HODL, to the moon, diamond hands, paper hands, Omo, wrecked, pump and dump,
Hmm.
buy the dip.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Off the top of my head.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are looped into this stuff. What about the Wall Street bets?
You should go look on their subreddit.
Or you could tell me right now.
Okay, yeah. I mean, a lot of that is already from Wall Street Bets.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you guys know it?
If I look.
Do you guys know a Twitch streamer named the Stock Guy? He's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. He did
Yeah.
a interview with AOC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy.
He's been teaching me a lot about stock, and his stream is pretty entertaining and informative at the same time. So,
Okay.
but his chat is like really degenerate. It's almost like a sample size of all Wall Street bets, which is funny.
Hell yeah.
That's Twitch. That's Twitch for
Yeah,
you.
but he really does.
I'm surprised it. Yeah.
He really does care about people and them like getting into like risky stocks and losing money. Cause like it's like, guys, I can't tell you what to do, but this is a risky stock. Don't get into it. But his chat does because they're so degenerate.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm going to lose money.
I'll do what I want.
Don't tell me not to lose money. I'm going to lose money if I want.
What's funny is they will shadow trade him too. Like once they see him sell a stock, they will like buy in too. It's like, oh look, we bought stock after you sell, and it's even higher.
You're wrong. Okay, you were right this time, but fuck you. Right?
Yeah, one of his saying was his sayings was, when the normies know, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah, so once a stock hits like CNBC and mainstream media, that's time to sell.
Yep. That worked. That worked, man.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
That's what I did with Doge.
Doge.
And it totally worked.
Are you still in Doge?
I might get back in once it drops more, but this project is funded by Doge, by the way.
We are powered by Doge.
We are powered by Doge, and I'm not even kidding. I sold off some of my Doge and then bought a bunch of equipment. And this is going to give us the runway we need. So, I don't know. But I can't believe it.
Well, it sounds like you guys are on the right track to your stream and stuff too. So, we'll see where it goes.
Where things go.
Yeah.
To the moon.
I'm excited to follow your journey.
Thanks.
What if we don't go to the moon, but we go to Mars?
That's better.
That's better, is it?
Yeah, Mars is further than the moon.
So the further away, the more money we make.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
More game.
We should go to Pluto
then.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Wait, wasn't Pluto? It's not considered a planet anymore. It's like a moon or something.
Isn't it a planetoid?
It got demoted.
Yeah.
So sad. It's a planetoid, really?
Huh?
Interesting.
That's the last thing that I heard, but I think that was like 10th grade, so I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like how I learned was
we have bigger problems to deal
we
with.
do. How I learned about the solar system was Sailor Moon, actually.
Oh, yeah, they're all named after
Sailor
planets.
Venus.
Right.
Sailor Mercury. Sailor
Venus.
Mars.
You're a Sailor Earth.
No.
Oh, you guys should do like a Sailor Moon themed like
Uranus.
stream.
There is a Uranus.
Dolly and Crystal and I have been wanting to.
There is a Pluto.
Yo.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Sailor Moon is educational.
It is. Teaches you about the solar system.
Is it?
And to fight evil with moonlight.
Fighting evil by moonlight. Something by daylight. Something. She is the one called Sailor Moon. She is the one called Sailor Moon.
You should sing more, man.
I never watched it, so
I should sing more.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, you should sing more.
Why? Because you like being told.
Don't get weird about it. Just sing.
I literally sing all the time.
Just sing. Be comfortable. You don't have to apologize. Just be like, "Hey, I'm singing now. I'm done singing now. Great."
So I guess what would get you comfortable to singing on Twitch? I think they still have an app called Twitch Sings, and it's like a karaoke app with Twitch, and it's like integrated with stream.
Okay, that could be fun.
Yeah,
I want to do that.
Ryan is getting tired.
Yeah. Oh,
We both are. The wine is hitting.
that's hitting.
Yep.
We've been talking for a long time, man. 2.5
Yeah.
hours.
2.5. This is probably my longest episode actually, because everyone's been like
Really?
2 hour mark. Yeah.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Yeah, I enjoy this conversation because like I always have a different vibe how people are feeling, and my podcasts are like never structured. Like I hate doing like structured this like, oh, we have to talk about this or that. I like how we're just having a conversation and it's like flowing. But if we do run out of things to talk about, of course I'll have those talking points as well too. So it's just me like
That's the
learning
way to do it, I
about
think.
the
Especially
podcast
on
world.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch people don't want it to be too structured. So
That is true. That's why they always push for people to have like 24 hour streams. What? You're crazy.
that's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
sorry.
the longest that you've streamed like a DJ set?
12 hours at New
Oh
Year's.
my god,
You,
that
you know I was
yeah.
doing like 8 to 9 hours every day.
Yeah,
What?
Last year.
I remember that.
You were there for most of it.
I was there.
That's the part that was crazy. I'm like, you were there for most of it.
Yeah.
You know? Like
That's
I
crazy.
figured you'd be in for an hour or two and then maybe leave after that. But you were there
Oh.
for
Well,
pretty
I'd be
much the whole
playing.
time.
I'd be playing my games, and you'd be on my second monitor.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you weren't there all the time, but
Right.
but you were in the stream. You know what was going on. So
Right. Like the sad part for me is like I need a human on my second monitor, or else I feel like I'm alone.
yeah.
I guess that goes to like most people. You're not? Are you a robot?
I'm a alien from another
You're an
planet.
alien?
That's
Okay.
that's what someone told me.
Wait, that's right, huh?
You're like, Ryan, why don't you want to buy a house? That's weird.
It's weird.
One of my friends actually said that. I'm like, yeah, for the housing stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're gonna own property, get a condo. Single family homes are overrated. They're bad for the environment. It's racist, and there's a bunch of stuck up rich people that you don't even really want to hang out with. Why is it so idealized, right? And I say that stuff all the time. Like I have some friends who went down that path, right? Get a good job, find a home, blah blah blah, and then like they think I'm from my alien from another planet because I'm like, who does that, right? Like, it's me.
Yeah. It is not that easy because I do have a friend that has owned a home for like over a year, and what he was telling me is like they will tell you what you need to pay, and you just have to pay for it. It's like you have to know how much you're getting fucked, is what he told me. It's like, what?
Oh, yeah, you could get fucked all the time.
It's like you got to
Not in a
check.
good way.
You got to check the plumbing, the electric, see if everything's running, and it's still not
there's all
running.
these bills.
And
Some
like,
people are actually in the red.
right. He got
Becoming
lucky
an
though
owner.
because the housing market he bought when it was like super low, but now it's like
Oh,
slowly
okay.
back up high.
Yeah, but it's an obligation, man.
It
It's
is.
gonna take up a lot of time, and you got to ask yourself, is that what you really want? And most people don't even think about that. They're like, "Hey, I have a good job now. I'm gonna get home." Right? It's just automatic, and like they don't think. It's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. You don't think about what you want in life, right? And
Right.
so, I mean, I feel for them in a way, but at the same time, it's just like you made that decision. So some people are actually losing money becoming a homeowner, actually getting less money now than they were before. And then they don't tell you that in the brochures, right?
Hmm. I know this too because I
So,
used to work in electric, and we would make money off
oh
homeowners.
yeah, you're an
Yeah.
electrician, and you hate plumbers because
Yeah.
you're sharing the same space and they're motherfuckers with
Oh,
the water and shit.
I'm all right now.
Yeah,
The
I know.
plumbers are all right.
Already. Okay.
They're all right.
You've gotten over it. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was just me
such a better person now.
in that
Such a
world
better
of just like oh,
I know.
they're always putting their stupid pipes near my wires. I can't believe it.
Oh, right. I know, because I know from doing the property management thing. Like, yeah, I know. Why is it so close? And
Yeah, you don't want it to be close because it's gonna mess up your wires.
your stuff is going at the speed of light. Theirs is like a slow water. Like, oh my god, it clogs all the time. I'm like, inferior, right? Inferior.
But
See?
what I found out
Pretty
was
good.
like plumbers and electricians, they are their own artists as well too, because they take pride in like what they do in their craftsmanship as much
They
as we
do
do.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, the ones that are serious, they do actually.
yeah,
I actually like that about them.
yep.
Like, I'm gonna fix your pipe. I'm gonna do it right. And talking about plumbers, I'm sorry. I'm gonna fix your wire, and you're gonna have electricity again. Isn't that awesome? And
That's so
I'm like,
awesome.
yeah, right. As opposed to politics, or is like, hey, can you answer this question? And they're like, no. I'm gonna give you a story instead about my childhood. I'm like, no, answer the fucking question. Like, yeah. And I heard like, see, that's why people like Andrew Yang.
Right.
Andrew Yang. I heard this guy from a New Yorker, but he said, I like Andrew because he answers my questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
You know, he does. Whereas when you ask someone like Gavin Newsom or even our Mayor Garcetti here, like, okay, thank you for a straightforward question. I'm gonna talk about something totally different now. Back when I was in college, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Pivot!
Like,
Pivot!
I know, and it's like they think that people don't notice, but it's so obvious, right?
Yeah, I noticed that in the GME hearing. Like, one senator was like,
Oh,
okay, Mr. Vlad, yes or no, answer it. And then he tried to dance around it. It's like, no, that's not what I asked. Yes or no. And it was so funny.
yes, no, I want to see that actually.
Oh,
No,
man.
I actually didn't watch the hearing.
It was great.
It can be some good entertainment. Yeah.
Yeah, but
S-
it's a skill, man.
It
Talking
is.
about nothing for 2 hours. That takes endurance. I gotta give them. You know, it's a skill.
What was,
You'll have no soul left by the time you're done.
yeah.
But like,
What was funny about it was when they would go to Deep Fucking Value or Roaring Kitty, whatever. It's like, so,
yeah.
sir, it's like, of course you did your due diligence. Why did you invest into this stock? It's like, well, it's because I like it and I'm not a cat. And then all of a sudden, I'm watching GME
Not a-
slowly going up. I'm like, whoa. Like,
Dude,
for
if he
that
was in early,
1
he
second.
must be making bank, man.
Yeah, he's
Brilliant.
making bank.
Making bank. Yeah, because it was at $4. Remember that?
And
Like when it went down to 40, it was like, oh, it's only 10 times value. Oh.
and for every
Only 10.
question in that hearing, they would have a 5 minute like length because they had to go through other senators, right? So whenever they would
Oh,
ask
right.
the Robin Hood guy or whoever, Melvin Capital, they would try to stall so much and talk slow. It's like, I appreciate that question and I will answer it soon enough. But that is a good question to answer. It
is a
felt
good
so
question.
weird and robotic. I'm like, what are you doing? They're stalling.
That is an excellent question.
But yeah, people through the internet can see through that bullshit. And it's funny.
Just people in general, man. Like, I like to think that most Americans are fairly reasonable.
Yeah.
Just that shit we see on the media, even on social media, is just the worst parts. So I'm always like, because when I even the political stuff, even the housing things, even with Yang Yang and UBI, right? The
Yeah.
public overwhelmingly supports us. It's just that there are people out there who don't want that to be true. So it takes a while. I don't know.
Takes a
It's a
while.
weird game.
Takes a few years actually. It's a long run. So
Yeah.
I like to think we planted the seed, so our time was not wasted, and we've
Oh no.
I don't think so. Yeah.
and
don't
all
think
of us have grown
2022
because of it.
2022 is going to be good, I think.
Yeah,
2020 was a little bit of a letdown, honestly, but
it was.
It was fun.
it felt like I
Oh,
lost.
it was fun. You had fun.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did.
I did have fun
Not
too.
gonna lie.
I guess it wasn't so bad. And worse, but I do think, at least in terms of politics, it was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
But I feel like, okay, now that everyone knows Biden's not that great, you know, you're gonna be like, okay, what's next? Like there's this hope that now that Trump is gone, things are gonna get better. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
But hey, here's these new up and coming, and so that's what
So
we're
are you
back.
gonna run? Oh, are you, JoJo? Are you gonna run for
No.
something? Oh,
I am
okay.
not.
Nope.
I'm not a. I've already like people have told me that before, asked me that before, but I'm not a politician.
Me neither. I'm
I cannot.
not crazy enough to do that.
I think I could be.
You could
Could.
be.
I think I could be.
I just cannot tell people what they want to hear.
Oh, I can.
You can.
Oh, I totally can.
That's a skill I don't have.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the reason why you didn't succeed is because of you, and you didn't do these very specific things that you know. So I can be a little bit too honest, I think. But
like, ooh, a script? Lines?
oh yeah,
Oh.
Okay.
you could be a. Oh no, I'm creating a monster.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna run for president.
No.
What are you gonna run for?
No. Whatever you want me to.
Why is it me? You want to run for city council?
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Think I should? Oh, wait, yes
Wait.
or no?
I want you to, but I don't think you should.
Oh, what?
Those are two different things.
Maybe check back in a few months, like once we're done with all this,
Yeah,
and we'll
I
see.
don't know.
Like,
I
what...
think honestly, I think this goes for me too. I would be able to do more good being in a content space.
Yeah.
What?
I'm more of a
Being in
behind.
content,
Yeah.
content space.
Content space.
I'm more of
Yeah,
a behind the
feel
scenes
like-
person as well too.
because like when you become a political candidate, like you are obligated to certain things, and it actually becomes harder to be honest. And I don't know if you, obviously, right?
In
Like,
my
but I don't know if it. I don't know if you can. Honestly, I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah.
Like, you're a pretty honest person.
I know. And that's what we talked about before too. It's like, how do you impact people the most? Really? Like by becoming a politician or by creating and being an artist? How do you make the most impact on society?
And I think I feel like I've come full circle on that because like first I started off as like a researcher, right? It's like, hey, best policy wins. That's not true. I know that for sure. And it's like, okay, oh wait, no, I started as an artist. So sorry. So I started an artist. I'm like, hey, way to affect the world is to make great art and make people feel things or something, right? Like change the world through art. And I'm like, man, that did not work. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna try. How about I get into politics? And then it's like, okay, I've done that for a few years. That did not work either. Then I'm like, okay, well, what about money? How about I get into crypto? Then and it's like, okay, well, right, there's some money, but money doesn't inherently motivate people. I mean, it's a way to pay the bills, but that's not going to change things, right?
Yeah.
So now I came all the way, and now I'm back to doing creative things again, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is actually the best way, But, yeah, I don't know. I had to try it at all. I had to try it to see how it was. Changing things is hard.
It is hard.
Yeah. You can only really directly influence like the people closest to you.
Yep.
And
That is true.
It has to be like a ripple.
I think that's what I've learned. It's like don't worry about what other people are doing. Focus on the few people that you have around you, and if you can take care of them, from there it'll beam outwards or whatever.
Yeah.
But Like I think when you first start off, you're like, I want to change everything right, all at once because I'm so special.
Yeah.
But
I'll be back, by the way. I gotta use the bathroom, but you guys can keep talking.
Oh. What? Okay, bye, JoJo. Enjoy your pee.
enjoy your pee. I am getting tired though.
Me too. Yeah.
We've been talking for almost 3 hours.
I know. I'm about ready to call it a night. In just
Yeah,
a
me
minute.
too. Me too.
Let's see. Ooh, someone is like, oh, you're on there on Clubhouse. Definitely
Clubhouse?
follow you. No, this is Instagram, but
Oh.
they're like, I'll ping you into any dope rooms if I'm fair warning. I like weird Clubhouse rooms.
Oh yeah.
My
Oh,
favorite.
Yeah. I was so. Oh yeah. So I was about. I don't think we talked about this yet, but like, I suggested that we start our own room, just stream our stuff on there.
Wait, what?
Start our own room
Okay.
and stream our stuff on there.
Okay.
I bought a few cables that we might be able to do that. Yeah, I think we can figure it out. And he said that it's actually not like he's seen it. People do it before.
Makes sense.
So they plug in their mixer into Clubhouse, and you're like, "Hey man, I'm making music, dude." You know.
I think it's so annoying that people will like just pretty pictures of me, but don't content that I make.
That's the world. I'm sorry.
I know, and I've always known that, but it's just like,
okay, my best work gets no likes.
Yeah.
But when I'm like, man, Elon Musk is a moron, and then I get
Mhm.
hundreds.
Yep.
That's just how it is.
I know.
Like, and then this.
Oh hey.
And this.
Welcome.
Like some posts, I honestly spend hours on. Like, oh, it's just like Facebook or whatever. But I'm like, okay, I spent 3 hours this post. I think it has all the information, and then I get like 1 or 2 likes.
Yeah.
But then when I'm like, oh man, I stubbed my toe on the
Something so irrelevant.
right, and then it's like 300 likes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that hurts, but they
Yeah.
can relate to that. They can't relate to good work.
Someone in the chat said Joelle's dad was a mayor.
Yeah. Who said that?
Who said that?
Juicy Boop.
It's my mom.
That's your mom.
Oh.
Trying to upsell you right now.
That's
Okay,
my
yeah, so
mom.
she's royalty, okay.
Yes, I'm the princess of Eastville. My dad is the former
Eastville,
mayor.
okay.
He was the planning commissioner of the city.
Mhm.
And now he lives in Texas.
Oh wow. So you do have a politics in your blood.
I do, but I was like not into it at the time. I think because my family, at least on my dad's side, was like always like pretty conservative, and I always like kind of rejected that.
I come from a family of government workers, so I've always been kind of around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not until recently. You know, it's just like until Yang came along, it wasn't nothing really inspired me to get into it. You know, except for the housing thing. Never mind, that was all wrong. But, I got into housing, and then mostly because I wanted a place to live. I think that's reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
But it really was until the Yang Gang where it's just like, oh, I'm gonna go all in on this. And but yeah, so we have background in it.
Mm-hmm. Dad was also a detective on the Special Victims Unit. So.
Oh, she has a badass.
My dad's pretty cool, and my mom's a professional ballet dancer.
Yeah. What was that like though? Like when was he?
Part?
When was he? Here, your life. What age was
he? He started running. Ooh, actually.
Yeah,
I may have been in college already. In high school, he was best friends with the current mayor. Because I remember in high school wearing like buttons for like not the current mayor, but the mayor at the time. I would wear buttons.
Did you have to do like mayor daughter stuff? Did it make you?
No, I went to like the mayor at the time's house and stuff. Like my dad just let me do basically whatever I want. He didn't pressure me to do anything. But I
that's
did
cool.
always want to be. I always wanted to be. I want to participate in a beauty pageant. That was like always one of my goals.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to
Wow.
participate in a beauty pageant and represent my
And
city,
look at you
which my
now.
dad was the mayor for.
How far you've
Yeah.
fallen. We're on Twitch
I
talking
know.
about being drunk.
Yeah,
talking
no,
about
I've never participated in a beauty pageant. I still kind of want to, but
No, you don't.
No, I kind of do.
No, you don't.
Like, I would
No, you
love
don't.
to be Miss Universe to
Oh
represent
my
my
God.
country. Don't
Okay.
you think that I would be a good role model?
That's not what beauty pageants are about.
Exactly. That's the thing.
If it was, I'd be like, yeah, go for it.
That's the thing. That's why. Because like I think like at its core, like beauty pageants are about like
It's
inner
almost like
beauty.
politics, yeah.
Mhm. And I don't know. I just feel like of course it has like this like facade about it or whatever, right? That it's only about like how you look on the outside and how you present yourself.
Yeah.
But I think there are people who are into it because there's like a deeper lesson to learn about like ways that you can give back to your community.
There are.
treat other
I honestly think it's gotten worse.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think it used to be better. Because right now we're just like in this like, we're in this mode where it's just like, yeah, nothing matters, and the people in charge, a lot of them are old and they don't, they're not looking years down the line. They don't care, and so to feel like, and like people are raiding the treasury, right? Like, they're just like, oh man, they check out all this taxpayer money. It's everywhere,
What?
right? No. It's just like this feeling of like the ship is sinking. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know if you agree, but I just feel like that's everywhere.
I can see that in
Like
places.
the ship is sinking, and the people at the top are just like trying to hoard as much shit as they can before it's all gone, right? What they think is all gone. It's not going to be gone. It's gonna be like a new ship made out of Dogecoin or whatever, you know. So I feel like that world is part of that.
Yeah.
I think it used to be better. Like, I think, but it was never that good to begin with.
Well, if you want me to represent California in the next Miss America, whatever, you can call. No, just kidding. But
maybe you can.
yeah, maybe
I'm not gonna stop
I
you.
still could.
I'm not
I'm not that old yet. I
No,
also have no experience.
You're prime of age.
Well, Andrew Yang has no experience either, and look where that got him, you know?
Yeah. You can be the disruptor.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Disruptor.
you know those questions they ask at a beauty pageant? It's like, what is your dream for the world? And they're like, oh, world peace. And you'd be like, oh, UBI.
UBI.
I've tweeted about that before. No, wait, that was my tweet. That I tweeted this a long time ago. That I said that I want to participate in a pageant and run on the platform of UBI. Like, why is that not happening? Like,
because
why is that not a
if you
thing?
tell people that, they'll be like, no. So what you got to do is lie your way into it, and when the time comes, you'll be like, oh yeah, so I think UBI is great, and like I think the US dollar should be replaced by Dogecoin, and then and people are being like, oh what, like, and you'll be all over the news, and then you'll win.
Exactly.
Or lose, but it doesn't matter if you lose.
So whenever pageants are a thing again, you guys just let me know.
Okay.
Give me a call. Nominate me.
Pageants.com.
Pageants.com. I never saw it that way. Like, beauty pageants and politics are quite aligned in the way they present things.
You gotta say the right thing.
Right, because we notice it in like the presidential debates too. It's like all a theater and a show.
You gotta be like, I think these days you gotta be like hip to, especially with a Biden administration, you have to be hip to climate change. You gotta be like Black Lives Matter. You gotta say all the right talking points, or you're not gonna win.
Yeah,
that's just the reality. But if you can sneak your way in, you could make a splash. That's our best bet.
I believe you
It's
could.
kind of like when Andrew like, hey, I'm gonna give away $1,000 a month giveaway. Like everybody thought that was ridiculous, right?
Right.
Dude, it worked.
It did work.
People remembered. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people remember him. He's doing way better than any of the other candidates out there, other than Joe Biden. Well, he's not doing that great, but Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Other than them two, he's doing objectively better.
Hmm.
Anyway, even the people that I guess there's Bernie, but it's kind of going downhill. I mean, to be honest,
I haven't been paying.
Oh no, he's like losing his relevance.
I mean, he did have that meme of him just sitting on a chair.
Yeah, but like that's
But
not gonna get any better.
yeah,
everyone's attention is going to AOC now.
really, what is she doing right now?
Just being cute.
Being cute, politician. Sacrificing her values, just like everyone does. So.
I
think
on Instagram Live.
She is very good.
She's very savvy. Yep.
She's very good. I gotta give her credit for that. But
she has simps too.
Hell yeah.
She voted. What didn't she vote in favor of the military budget? Yeah, I think it's just like, oh, so you're just another politician. I think people are realizing that now. There's always going to be hardcore fans that are going to grow with their.
Yeah.
She's not the same person she used to be.
True. Who knows? That's like along with stocks too. Like we all know what a Monster Energy is, and they usually target kids, and then those kids will grow up into adults. They will always recognize that brand no matter what. Yeah. That's what the company's banking for. Yeah. Something I learned from Stock Guy.
Okay. Okay, I think this has been 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call it a night.
Yeah. We covered some. Yeah, it was fun. We covered some good topics, and yeah, you guys are always welcome to come back on. You guys want to talk about whatever?
Can we get is there a way to get access to the footage?
Yeah, I can give you access. So I'll be uploading it on YouTube tomorrow. You can.
It's not that big a deal.
But... Yeah, and you guys are free to upload it on your YouTube as well. I'll give you the file. So,
okay, great.
Yeah.
Might want to make some clips. So.
Yep. That's what usually I don't have time to make clips, but whatever. Like people have editors that can make all these little clips of the subjects and stuff. Like you've seen H3 podcasts, and that's how like people get the little bites. Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, like their TikTok is on fire. I listen to them almost every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't keep up. They do.
I know all about everything that they're doing. All about their trying to get pregnant, their trips to the office, like to put the sperm in the thing. Like
Okay.
I know all about
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm like trying to get into Instagram, and it's like, oh, I don't feel like it, but I know I should. Yeah.
It is a chore. I'm gonna give up on Instagram.
You are?
You are?
Yeah, so that'll be your job.
Okay, I'll do Instagram.
I tried making Instagram posts about our stream. It just wasn't working because I don't know.
Because they're not pretty pictures.
So what do you normally post on an Instagram? Because I know what I want to post. Because
I just want to post pictures of food, and that's it. It doesn't work with our stream.
If I could give you guys some suggestions, what you would do is let's say what I saw on Twitter, like Joelle posted a highlight, right? What you could do with that is you can also post it on Instagram, and you could do like not really a provocative like title or anything, but have like a question, and that question is like, oh, do you guys like cats? What is your favorite cat? By the way, here's a clip of me meowing.
I see.
And that generates engagement, and eventually those algorithms will put your post to like the top where people will click on it, see what's happening.
What I've noticed is like if I post like a pretty selfie or whatever, like people will like it.
Mhm.
If I post like just the clips by itself, like people don't. Maybe they watch it, but they don't like it.
Right.
No.
So like what I have to do if I want to get likes, because likes are engagement, right? And then if
Yeah.
I get more engagement, then it shows it to more people. I will probably have to do things like as an album and post like the pretty picture first, and then the second slide would be the video.
That's just
And
how it
then
works.
like think about a caption as well. I hate writing captions.
Yeah.
Too.
Just to be totally honest, I hate writing captions.
Me too. That's why I do it every day.
Yeah.
To get better at it, exercise.
Well, no,
You-
it's particularly hard for Instagram.
You don't always have to do
Very
captions. What I learned was you can like have a random question. It's like, so what do you guys like, giraffes or zebras? And you just have a random picture of yourself on Instagram.
Yeah, just to get people to interact with the
Right.
post. I noticed that's what people do like on their stories too. Just have like a yes or no like poll or whatever, just so that people will engage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's just something about like playing the game to me that is like it just makes me feel kind of like yucky.
Yeah.
It comes with the job.
With the territory.
Yep.
Yeah.
Comes with
Yep.
the job. It does.
Yeah.
So
Mind over matter.
I need to stop talking right now.
Okay.
yeah, I gotta let you guys go.
Yeah.
It's been fun talking to you guys.
It's been
You guys
fun, and
are-
I'm sure we'll see each other.
Yeah, I'm sure. We'll see each other in the Twitch world. And
Cool.
Thank
Yeah.
you, JoJo.
Yeah, thank you for
Yep.
this.
thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, good luck with everything, and see
Yep.
you around.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, chat.
Chat.